See, Ryan's got my back.
Or my headphones.
Or my headphones.
I don't know the reference.
That is a VeggieTales reference right there, my friend.
VeggieTales.
Oh. Another strike for being old.
Why do you need a hairbrush? You don't have any hair.
I was singing that song a while back, and David comes up to me and he's like, "Are you like really looking for your hairbrush right now?" I'm like, "You've never seen VeggieTales? What kind of person hasn't seen VeggieTales?" Like, I'm obviously singing.
We are the pioneers. We don't do anything. We just stay home and lay around.
So dated.
It's okay. I've never been to Boston in the fall.
I don't want to go anywhere on the East Coast during any cold month.
Oh, it's not that bad.
You stay
You
inside.
constantly talk about how you want to move.
To be completely candid, it's more for my wife than anything.
Aw.
She has disabilities, and cold weather does not agree with her. I grew up on the coast of California, so I know what
cold
perfect
weather is. The devil.
She occasionally spontaneously combusts.
Yeah.
I was one time talking to some international coworkers when I was a Girl Scout camp counselor, and I had to explain to them that it reaches 50 degrees Celsius in Vegas all the time, and they thought I was joking.
Yeah, it's hot.
Yeah, 120 ain't no joke.
No. And one of them
It's like that for like a solid 3 months straight, and we're like, yeah, no, that's normal.
Oh, things have spontaneously combusted. Don't worry about it.
Well, my car literally melts, so.
Oh. I hate
eggs in it too, so we're all good.
How do you have lint?
Yeah, I hate the cold. Eventually, I'll be on the coast, Gulf Coast.
All right, are we all ready?
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Ready.
Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say I take your silence as a ready. Okay, I have no notes from last week. Trying to remember what happened.
Well, last time on Space Adventures,
someone died.
Well, first, we were deciding on where to go, and we received this GIF transmission, and then we decided that we were going to. Some decisions were made. Some Mandalorians left. We were left to our own devices, and we decided to make a pit stop on Kashyyyk so Cell could re-up on some Wookiee whiskey to get her business really going. And while on Kashyyyk, our ship began to get shot at by an unknown assailant who we quickly found and subdued, but not before Scathos was shot unceremoniously from the air. And then Raider reincarnated by the incompetent robot who somehow changed his molecular form into that of a birdman instead of a snake man.
Bird person.
Sorry, bird person.
Come on, you insensitive prick.
And then we found the would-be assailant hidden in our engine room where we beat the fuck out of her, but left her alive.
How would Scathos feel about that?
as Skatos, as you wake up and you take a look at your body and you don't have scales. Your skin is rather luminescent.
Well, that's interesting.
And you have feathers.
Actually,
That's all
his
you have.
flight form doesn't have feathers.
What? Are you like a bat? Are you like Batman?
Or an insect.
Oh,
If the images that I saw correctly, they're more like angular wings than anything.
Are you a dragon man?
I don't think I'm pronouncing it right, but a diatheme?
Uh,
Effectively,
You better just show us the picture.
pale
diatheme,
Yeah, I
yeah.
think
It's in the chat on Roll20.
Oh, is that what this is?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
top
This
one.
one?
boom, diatheme.
And for everyone looking, they have these kind of like almost like angelic butterfly wings.
Oh, you're like an insect.
Matra.
These would
You're
be
an
described
angel.
in the universe as angels, yes.
Yep.
How fitting, because he died.
Aw.
And he was once a snake, and he has now ascended to...
It's like he
Angeldom.
shed his skin and now
Oh,
he's
Oh my,
reborn.
oh my god, yes,
no.
like a caterpillar butterfly. Oh my god,
Like
yes.
Snake Jesus.
Wait, won't he learn how to
Jesus.
walk with legs?
Snake Jesus.
It'll be a slow process, but he will learn.
I need to write a book.
We'll just change your name from Scatheless to Butterfly. I'll call you Butterfly.
I'm gonna call you very hungry
Still
caterpillar.
haven't forgotten about your debts, Bulwark. Worry not.
Oh, you're not the same person, so all debts are no.
You don't have it in
My
writing.
debt died with
Consider
you.
me collecting on the deceased's behalf.
I don't recognize you.
Well, I'm guessing if you're all back here, then we were successful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Amic will. I'm assuming that we manacled her after we knocked her unconscious. Now we're taking her to the brig.
Yep, that's fine. So, as you pass her off to... I guess you don't have any Mandalorian, so you have to do it yourself as you take her to
No,
the brig.
Amic's doing it himself, but as he passes by Skathos, he's gonna just like have her there. He's gonna say, "Yes, we found her. She claims that she was possessed by the spirit of Tulak Horde."
Do you believe her?
She did have an enormous amount of power.
And would we have known the smoke coming from her, or mist, or whatever it was?
Yeah,
saw
it is
that.
something
Weird.
similar to what you've seen before.
Am I the only one that weirded out that he has wings now? You guys are acting like super cool about all this. What? You
Yeah.
sure this is the same guy?
Amic was there when it happened.
Here. Just
Sell.
I know how we can solve this. Just give me your pact, and I'll go through it and make sure you are who you say you are. No problem there.
I think I'm all right, Seth.
Yeah, it's him.
Ask him something about the ship's engines. I dare you.
Can I help you fix the ship engines?
Absolutely not.
More confirmation.
Yeah, it's him.
Yeah, without a doubt. Can you fly now, or are they just for looks?
Well, are we going to be here for some time? Perhaps I can stretch my wings.
It depends. What do you think we
Are
should
we
do
still
with her?
planet side?
Yeah, for the moment. What do you think we should do with her?
Well, I might be a little biased myself, seeing as of how, well, she got the best of me.
I mean, I still technically haven't bought any Wookiee whiskey, so, I don't plan on leaving anytime soon.
But did she get the best of you or somebody else? You would be the best judge of this.
Well,
sentence.
her sniper blast seemed quite effective. One could even deem it lethally effective. So I would say that, yes, I think she got the best of me.
And what is your judgment?
Well, I think that if her mind can be influenced by Tulak Horde, then what's to stop her from being influenced again?
Okay, let's just kill her now and get it over with. Come.
Oh, let's not. How about let's just tie her up, dump her out in off-world, and fly away instead of just killing her straight up?
What's the difference?
Then we get to waste fuel and gas on her, that doesn't come out of your pocket.
All right.
Well,
Doesn't
So-
come out of mine
It's
either,
not,
but
not like she exactly hesitated to kill us. As he points at Skathos.
But she didn't hesitate. Tulak Horde hesitated. So, or didn't hesitate. So, can she be reformed? Or
No.
do we
She
leave
has
a
two
potential
minds.
weapon?
So she was possessed by Tulak Horde, right?
So she claims.
Right.
Well, let's interrogate her first and see what happens. After all, if it could happen to her, it might happen to us.
I guess what Amick did. Did you finish interrogating her, or we just
I mean,
started?
she claims she doesn't remember anything.
All right. Did you put bamboo underneath the fingernails?
Oh,
Jesus, Volwa.
I like
Space
his
bamboo.
style. Space bamboo. Wookie boo.
Wookie poo.
Wookie poo. Just hold it. All right. So either she is transformed into a person of good, or we kill her. Because
Well-
if you let somebody go that, you could see in the future, aka another game. So that's the choice. Are we confident we can make her good, or do we dispatch?
I just say we kill her. That's my vote. I have no use for her. But before we do, maybe we should make the deal with the whiskey so we don't, kill one of their people and then leave, or we get a better deal. We kill her after, then they can't take back the whiskey.
I'm fine with either. I'm waiting for an argument.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go buy some whiskey while you guys figure this part out.
I'll back you up, sir.
Not already.
I could use a walk to figure out these legs.
Yeah, you can come with. We can test out your speaking abilities in this new body. See how good you are at bargaining. Yeah?
Yeah, I feel confident that I can rely on you to carry me back to the ship should we befall more blaster fire.
Oh, yeah, not the problem. I'm not really good with carrying people.
Well then, following your lead, I suppose.
Okay, let's go.
That's right. I didn't give you
Amick.
guys a place to land. Okay.
Amick will take this bish to the brig.
So you take her to the brig and you lock her up, doing a thorough check to make sure she doesn't have anything that would allow her to escape. You don't find anything as such. You just find some trail rations, like a ghillie suit for deep cover, and spare ammunition for her rifle. And she gets locked up, and she just looks wild-eyed and completely frightened, not knowing what's going on.
Amick just pulls up a chair like in front of the cell and just like sits and watches her.
In front of me?
Ha ha ha. You're funny.
No. Oh, you meant like she's in the cell? I was thoroughly confused there for a second. I'm sorry.
No, SEL, not CELL.
Like, wait, what did she do this time?
I
So
stabbed
you're-
myself.
You're stand by myself. As you're watching her, we cut over to Skathos, the newly formed Skathos, and Cell walking down the personnel ramp to the platforms, and you see a couple of Wookiees looking out of that longhouse that you came running out of when you heard the blasts. And
I
they
guess I'll go inform
inform
them.
who?
That way they're not the Wookiees. Like, hey, okay, we found.
Step wisely, Volwa. They could be on the same side as those gloom walkers.
I don't think so. I think their problem has been solved. Has been sabotaging their life. I can't confirm it, but that is my strong feeling. What are your
Well,
thoughts?
mayhaps it's simply superstitions, but it seems that dying recently has made me a little bit suspicious.
As you walk up, you see like the chieftain kind of poke his head out of the longhouse and look around, and not hearing any blaster fire for a little bit, he comes to Cell, I guess, because the new member is not familiar to him, and he starts grunting in Wookiee.
Oh,
Yeah,
crap.
no worries. We took care of that big problem you were having. It's totally fine. Even though you wanted to sacrifice us and eat us, we will forgive you for that, and we will move on with our lives.
All right. Do I
Athos
know?
is going to reach forward and, while Sal is answering like this, cast tongues
Jesus.
on her.
Oh.
It's going to be so helpful.
Yeah. So
Yeah, 'cause
as
She didn't know the whole story.
No, I had no
No.
idea what was happening.
And he says, "Thank you for stopping the loud explosions near our homes. Did you kill the gloom?"
We have captured the gloom. We assume we captured the gloom. We captured the thing that was causing explosions. So that must have been the gloom. Probably, yeah.
Then the gloom should be brought to us for trial.
Okay. Well, first, how about we make a deal, yeah? I am looking for the best whiskey around, and I hear you guys have it.
No, Cell.
You don't understand this, so she's speaking in Wookiee.
Oh my God.
He says,
Boy,
This is where it goes sideways.
we have... I really don't want to do... I'm going to do Native American. We have fire water that is stronger than most humans can digest. Yes.
Yeah, that sounds good. I think we should definitely go down that pathway. And then after I get that, I can go back to the ship and pick up the gloom, and we'll leave it in your care, and then we'll be on our way, and we'll both be happy, yeah?
We must make sure that it is actually the gloom that you have captured and not a falsity. You must stay until the trial is done.
Oh,
Cell, what are you saying?
she doesn't want to sacrifice us anymore, so that's really good.
I did not
It
want
seemed
to
like a whole lot
sacrifice
more
you.
work.
Yeah, that's what I told them. Yeah, no sacrifice anymore.
That is the whole conversation of sacrifice.
I don't remember much from last session, but I remember the whole time they were talking in the
Oh,
food
no, I'm
room.
talking
That was
about
the
right
turn.
now.
Skathos was the only one that knew what was actually being said.
Yeah, and Cell was picking up like a word or two, and so she just determined that they were going to eat them. So.
This time, doesn't understand.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. We will bring you the gloom. How about while we bring you the gloom, you can point me in the direction for the appropriate fire water, and then by the time I finish buying my fire water, you will finish your trial, and then we can both be on our way happily, yeah?
That sounds fair to us.
Okay, I'm gonna turn to Skatos and Vola. Okay, we gotta go get that person that Amic, not Amic. Amic, yeah. Amic is interrogating to
What
bring
are
back
you?
here.
Why are we getting the girl?
You traded the prisoner for whiskey?
No. They want to put her on trial to make sure that we captured the gloom. It's their problem, not our problem.
Well, it's going to be your problem trying to convince Amy.
But you realize that the girl we assume was a host, not the actual problem.
Well, this really solves the problem that we're having because we were wondering what to do with her, so now we'll just let them decide what to do with her. Problem solved, yay!
Gee. Oh no.
Skathos, please handle this. I won't be able to.
Well,
No.
Sel, I can tell you that if Amic doesn't want to hand her over, I'm afraid we probably won't be getting your Wookiee whiskey.
It's okay. I have a way of talking with Amy. He'll understand.
That's what I'm afraid of.
You don't want to hand her over? Do you want us to keep her, Skatos?
Well, the decision's already been made.
Naturally, I'm a hawk, but this is not right.
I can just act like we lost her if you'd rather, and then we could, just get out of here, and I guess I'll just never get my Wookiee whiskey.
In the way I see it, we have but a few options. Either to hand her over to continue these negotiations for Wookiee whiskey, or to take us with us now and get out of here before they realize that we're leaving.
Yeah, because I lie to people all the time, so I'm not worried about not keeping my word with him. So, if we choose not to, that's fine. But, give me a heads up. I could probably sneak out and steal a crate of Wookiee whiskey before we take off.
Well, consider this your heads up. Might be all you get.
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna turn back to the guy. Yeah. So I need the wiki this way, right? Yeah, whiskey, fire water. We're going this way.
As you look at him, and he is roughly 6 feet taller than you. He looks down at you, and you see that his expression has darkened extremely.
Skathos, I'm going to go
like
get
the
the bird
words
ready.
you speak to your friends. As you see that there are 6 honor guards that stand up and block the doorway.
Oh, so they understood her.
We understand the common tongue. We just do not speak it very well.
That's terrible.
So you suck. So you suck.
Oh, That was nothing, you know. That don't even worry about that. That was like no big deal, you know.
Well then, friends, I'm afraid you have my sincerest apologies for what's about to happen. And I'm gonna cast
Oh,
Wall of
hell.
Force and just try and like hold them in this dome
Okay.
and just grabbing hold of Cell's sleeve, just turning back around and just starting back for the ship.
Jesus.
All right.
Oh my God.
Let's get some initiative then for you.
Oh my
three.
God.
I've already died once today.
So, just so you know, that was more a part of the tongue spell because creatures that understand one language can understand what you're saying. So, since you cast it on her and everything she spoke, they were able to understand.
Apparently that spell's
Vola,
not good
you
for
said you're
Sal.
with them, so roll initiative, please.
22, yeah.
I just wanted to get some Wookiee whiskey out of this. I didn't even come here to fight people.
Maybe you shouldn't open
That's
your
the whole
mouth
reason
about
we're
lying to them and
But
running
one
away
time
after you
I
take the
have
whiskey.
reasonable intentions.
You shouldn't be at
Oh,
disadvantage.
wait, I have
for-
advantage on initiative because
You
of
do.
something I have.
Ted, make sure you turn off your disadvantage.
A 13.
That's one better.
Now I can win.
Oh, jeez. All right.
Wow, it got to shit in a hurry.
Once again, Skathos or Amik is going to come out of the ship to people shooting at each other. What the fuck? Every time!
How did you put this up?
Every single planet. Every single one.
This is why we can't have nice things.
Oh my God.
They killed the king of the Wookiees that day.
Yeah,
That's why
that's very light
That's why
side of
Chewie
you
was
guys.
separated. We stole him from his planet. And now we know why he was not part of the other Chewbacca's.
It was
All right,
because
we
of
came
them
to-
that the Wookiees never trusted humans again.
It's the worst.
I mean, we
Well,
literally
that
came to a
Worst.
peaceful planet and we made it bad.
Yeah, but this
It
is the
wasn't
first
peaceful.
time.
There was the gloom. There was the gloom there. We tried to help them. We didn't want to get involved, but we tried to help them anyways. Then they got mad at us for deciding we didn't want to help them. We just wanted fire water.
All right, so
No.
I'm
And
going to
that's
ask you
not-
this, Ryan. They were guarding the door when you cast the spell. So
Sure.
which part of them are you blocking?
Okay, so if there's like a visible window or the like, I'd like to try and just contain as many of them in this wall of force as I can. Just kind of make their immediate threat no longer immediate, kind of a thing. Like this is sheerly just out of panic, them saying they know that this is up and they grip their weapons. So I'm like, shit. So doing this to just try and buy some time to find a way out of here.
Okay. Yeah, so as you turn for the door, you see that the six of them stand up and you wave your hand over, blocking off this part of the longhouse, and only Shaktala is on your side.
All right.
And it is your turn.
So casting the wall of force was like a surprise round, or doing that as my
surprise
action this round. Okay.
No, it'd be a surprise.
So going to look around for the nearest exit.
Yeah, you see a couple of like 2 foot by 2 foot windows going along this long building. More than
I'm
enough
just-
for you to run to and jump out. If you
Yeah,
want.
sprinting straight for that. Making use of my legs to go as fast as I can on foot, and just running for it and just duplicating myself with mirror image, just because I'm not wanting to die twice today.
Okay. Since this is the first time you're running with your legs, make me an athletics check.
You got it.
Want to see how weeble wobbly your deer legs are.
A 17.
Yeah, you're like Forrest Gump right as he begins breaking his braces and really getting his feet underneath him. You feel like your feet are slightly more nimble.
I started
than they were.
running.
And running and running. Okay, and then you cast Mirror Image. And you get 3 images, correct?
Yeah, and that'll probably do it for my turn.
Okie dokie.
Actually, how many hit points do I have after being...
3.
That's a really good question. What does reincarnate bring the person back with? Let me look. That is... I didn't even think about that, because if you have 1 hit point, that could be dire.
Yes, it could. I'll definitely drink a big potion right now with my bonus action, if that's the case.
Where are you? You know what? It doesn't say. I'm going to say you have full hit points then. Since it took an hour to do that. Yeah, you're going to have full hit points. It does not say how many hit points you come back with, so.
Alright.
Alright, so you have full hit points, and you mirror image, and you bolt towards the window.
That'll be my turn.
You see this Wookiee get one of those giant clubs that has like one of those knotted balls on the end, and seeing as you darted out of the way, he's going to attack Cell. Your wood poison. Oh, he rolled really good. That's a 26.
Oh, yeah, that was it.
And that is going to be... it's going to be 14 points of bludgeoning damage, and I need you to make me a...
I can have it!
You can. So that'll be 7 points of bludgeoning damage, and I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Sorry, Charles literally just came in and tried to steal my sandwich from me. I had to fight him.
He is the Cell of the family.
Yeah, 2!
So, as he hits you with this large club, it drops you to your knees, making you prone. And now he's going to attempt to strangle you. With advantage, as you're prone. That's going to be a 21 to hit.
Oh, yeah, that hits.
Okay, big ol' meaty paws on you. It's going to be 8 points of bludgeoning damage, and now I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
I cannot have that one, right?
No, you've already used your reaction.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was making sure. And that's a 15!
Okay. So he's got you by the throat, but you are squirming enough to where he can't cut off the air to your lungs.
I'm just being held, 8 feet above the ground. No big deal.
No, you're on the ground. He's pinning your throat to the ground.
Oh, jeez.
Right,
This will be fun.
Okay. The first group of Wookiees, can you see through the wall of force?
I think it's invisible, yeah.
Okay. So you see that 3 of these Wookiees go up and try to get through the wall, and they notice that they can't get through. And so you see them running out, and they do something, and you can't tell what they're doing. Now it is Cell's turn. Cell, you are currently grappled on the floor. What do you want to do?
Okay. I am going to get out of this grapple.
Okay, that would be a acrobatics check, I believe, to break free of a grapple.
24.
Nice.
Very nice.
Yeah, he gets a raisin.
but it is a Wookiee.
Let me just double check.
Is that an action to get out of that?
Usually to try and break a grapple, yeah.
Yeah, it's an opposed.
Okay, that's fine.
Oh, yeah, he rolled a 14, so you're able to squirm out of his grapple.
Okay,
So you
I am going
out of his grapple.
go up to Skathos,
So
and I'm going
to
to
stand up.
have him move, stand up, and then make the rest of the way over to Skathos. And I'm going to stand in front of him. So you get back to the ship. I told you I'd get your body back there safely. I can handle these guys, no problem. You go now.
Okay. That's your turn?
Bonus action. I am going to. What is it? Well, I guess disengage was to get away from him without him doing opportunity attack at me.
Okay.
So.
I was waiting to see what you
there we
go. Okay, so that's your turn, and then you see the second group of Wookiees leave out the door, and you don't know where they went. Volwa. Two of your friends are trying to escape out the window, and there's this giant Wookiee that is getting up from his crouch after pinning this little Jawa to the ground. What do you do?
All right. In old D&D, for taming, you'd use the blunt side of a weapon.
Taming?
Are you trying to tame this Wookiee?
Humanoid?
Oh my goodness.
Or are you talking about
I'm
non-lethal
just trying
damage?
to knock him back into recognition that he's not going to win.
Well, then you better start swinging. This is a very upset Wookiee.
All right. Well, then I'll use
Rubber.
Right. And
right,
I'll
so what do you do?
Do my first one.
A 17 misses.
Oh, damn.
A 26 hits.
All right, then I'll use a key point to flurry of blows.
Okay. $21 hits. All right, that's 16 points of damage.
All right, and then I have to it disappeared on me. Is it 1d8 plus?
For what?
Hang on.
Your chains?
It disappeared. It's 1d4 for chains, but
which
my
you're doing unarmed strikes,
character
right?
sheet disappeared. Hang on one sec. All right. 1d6 plus 5.
For what?
Oh, my hit. 2 hits.
Where are you getting 1d6?
Unarmed strike.
That's already figured in, isn't it? Yes, it is.
Yeah, okay. Never mind.
You do need to add your D4 of force damage to 2 hits. 3 hits. No, 2 hits. So an additional 2, an additional 4. Okay. Anything else, Volva?
I'll just maintain myself between him and the party.
Actually, I think your fists do a D8 damage now.
Oh, at 15, yeah, they
15,
should bump up.
Yeah.
Come on, Ted, don't you know your monk?
As well as the plus 25 feet to your movement. Jesus.
What?
Yeah, know your
I'll just
character, Ted.
reroll.
Come on.
God dang it.
Yes, they are
So like now you can move 100 feet per turn.
All right, so instead of a 2, we got an 8, and instead of a 4, we got a 5, so I have to add 7 damage. Okay.
All right, and I can use the key poke for flurry.
You already did your flurry.
Oh,
Your
I
attack
did.
still
I
missed.
just did.
Oh, yeah. Key point to do flurry, correct. All right, so that was all your attacks. Anything else?
Yep.
Okay.
I'll maintain, and God dang it, I can use bonus action to patient defense.
No, because you flurried.
Oh, okay, that's a key point. All right, never mind.
Well, it's a bonus action to flurry.
All right,
Okay.
I'm good then.
That brings us to Skathos 2.0.
All right. Does it look as though there's a clear path out through this window?
Yeah, you're basically within 5 feet of a window at this point. And looking out, you can see that it is a very steep drop off on the exterior of the window.
How high up are we? Like how high would that drop off be?
It's going to be roughly 40 feet.
40 feet. All right.
At this point. There's also rolling down a ravine that's at the bottom of hitting the ground.
Just thinking aloud. Skathos is going to look over towards Cell and be like, and back towards Volo, who's just punching the crap out of this Wookiee. Be like, I fully, sorry, old accent. I trust you have a means of getting away from here, but to settle my own worries, perhaps you could elaborate. And he's going to effectively prepare the haste spell on himself.
Okay.
And
so
that'll be at a
begin
4th
channeling
level.
this spell.
Don't worry about me, Skathos. I got the pretty good legs.
And casting it at a 4th level because I'm out of 3rd level slots.
Okay. Haste doesn't get anything additional for a higher level, right?
No, I don't think so.
No additional targets. Okay.
Nope.
Shaktala takes these blows from Volwa, and he just looks at you and just roars. Roar! And he goes into a rage, and he grabs Volwa by either arm and attempts to grapple him.
Oh.
It's going to be a 24, Volwa.
Do I roll sleight of hand or
It'd be
acrobatics?
an acrobatics or athletics.
Boom!
Oh, nice. As you just squirm out of the way, and he's going to press again.
You don't mess with Doug.
This is going to be a 23, so roll me another acrobatics or athletics.
Damn it. Ah, damn it.
He's now got you by the arms, and he lifts you up in the air. And that is his turn. Wookiee group number 2. Skathos and Cell and Volwa, you hear the thumping of footsteps on the roof as 3 Wookiees jump in through the windows in a cool action pose. Feet first. Kind of got the George of the Jungle call going as they go through. And one is going to try to kick Skathos as he jumps through the window. Skathos, that's going to be a 22.
Oh, that'll hit.
All right. So I need some tick damage.
God damn it, Cell.
I didn't do it!
It's going to be 18 points of kick damage.
Yeah, it's also going to drop my haste spell.
And so you see 3 of these guys just line up in the windows, not having any more movement. So I don't think they cannot reach anyone else. It just happened to be like the middle one got to Skathos. Sel, your turn.
Here, let me elaborate. And I'm going to pull out my pyro converger.
God damn it.
Man, you guys are great negotiators.
I'm making sure Skathos gets back safely. Sorry, Volwa, if you get trapped in the middle of this. But here we go.
He's only grappled, so he doesn't do anything to his dexterity saves.
So it's 4d6 if they fail the DC 13 dexterity.
10-foot cone. So are you aiming at the leader, or are you aiming at the other 2 that came in?
Whoever's closest to Skathos, I'm aiming at. Like, not towards Skathos, but like trying to get them to go away from Skathos so he could get out. If that makes sense.
Oh, okay.
Like if I have to take a few steps to Skathos.
The Wookiee 2 group.
Yeah, that's fine.
They both pass. A 12 and a 13 on the die.
And then I roll a 10. D10.
They take.
And I don't take damage this time.
Oh.
Look, I fixed it! Yay!
All right, so they both
really.
take 5 points of damage. Alrighty. Anything else, Sel?
It is an action to turn invisible with my ring, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Bonus action. Well, I'm not going anywhere, but I can't really hide. Not that I want to, because I'm trying to keep them off of Skathos till he escapes. So I'm just gonna stand my little Jawa ground right now. You know, I'm pretty tough. I got this. That's my, yeah. That's what I got.
You hear some more thumping on the roof as the other 3 honor guard Wookiee pour in through the other windows on the opposite side, and so they're now all on this side of the
God damn it.
of the wall, and that's using both of their action and movement to get that far to the far side. So they are in the fray. Volwa, your turn.
Lethal or not?
You're currently grappled. Doesn't do anything to your attacks, but you can't move.
Alright, so unarmed strike.
Okay.
My situation. Or do I need to break grapple before I can attack?
No, you can attack normally. Did you fix... Hold on, let me fix your unarmed strike before you roll. 2A D8. Okay. There you go.
Alright, here we
You
go.
can punch away.
So,
And flail and kick and headbutt, whatever else you want to do. Actually, it would be
I'll do
kicking
it,
because he's got your arms. Or would it be your feet? He's got 2 of your limbs and he's holding you up in the air.
I know, Doug's weird. Alright, so I would imagine a couple of headbutts. Just...
Okay. That's that is a hit. And we got the appropriate damage, so roll me a d4 for your additional force damage.
And now use a key point for a stunning strike.
Okay. What is your DC?
Thank
DC 15. Okay. And he gets a 17. Passes on that stun. You still have a bonus action.
I can't do anything with the.
You can do a normal unarmed strike. Just one of them for free.
All right, I'll do that.
Ooh.
Nice.
Ouch. Okay. All right. Anything else?
I can't move because I'm still grappled, right?
Yep.
All right, then I'm here.
Okie dokie. Skatos.
Alright, so is Volvo still considered grappled by this guy?
He is.
Yes.
Alright. So seeing that Volvo's
Scalos,
preoccupied.
run, and double run.
As he murmurs.
And I say it out loud.
Scalos is going to go off this cliff, just provoking the attack of opportunity and just stepping off of it and hoping that his wings work.
First test flight.
Yep.
That's how birds do it.
That's,
Like,
that's
fly,
a
bitch.
21 to hit.
And so while I just start flapping them like crazy, I'm going to try and keep line of sight with Volva and just hold my focus on his attacker and hope that a bigger hand will effectively help break this grapple, conjuring forth an arcane hand to try and grasping hand this Wookiee guy.
All right. So you take 13 points of damage as you jump out the window and this big Wookiee bats you on the back of the head.
Do you not have your 3 illusions anymore?
Oh,
I do still have mirror image up.
That's not concentration, right?
Correct.
Oh. I should be rolling to hit you then, shouldn't I?
Quite possible. Starting now.
Yeah, D20. And what do I have to roll to hit you with 3 duplicates up? A 6?
With 3 duplicates, 6 or higher.
To hit you. No, to hit the duplicate.
To hit duplicate, yeah.
Right.
6 or 5 or lower.
I rolled an 8, so you lose a duplicate. And you don't take 13 points of damage.
And then there were 2.
Alright, so now Arcane Hand. What does this do?
Effectively Bigby's hand. So I'm going to grapple Bulba's grappler. And if I can do it, start doing some damage, hopefully assisting Bulba to break free from the grapple.
Alright, so that's Grasping Hand. Attempts to grapple a huge or smaller creature within 5 feet of it. Use hand strength sword. Okay. So you need to make a grapple check then, right? Against his
yeah, with the hands stat. So I think it's a D20 plus 8 for strength.
Yes.
For 17?
Oh, you son of a bitch. Yeah, you beat it by 1.
All right. Oh, and
So
I
he's
would have had
grappled.
damage too. So he is grappled. And so then as a bonus action, I'm going to use the hand to crush and just do 2d6 plus spellcasting damage to it.
Okay, please. We'll
So
get
that's
to
gonna
you, Rachel and Nick. We'll be there soon.
So grappling hold of this Wookiee and just doing 12 bludgeoning damage.
And you notice that your blows aren't doing as much to him as you would expect. As he is raging. Okay, so it's your turn. You're out there fluttering like a beautiful butterfly. And Shaktala has Voa, and he's going to attempt to rip one of his arms off. So I need you to roll me a strength saving throw, please.
Oh.
Also wanted with Whiskey, she got a teammate's death and an arm gone. No big deal. Apparently, you really don't want her to have this.
That is a fail. You feel your arm dislocate. It is completely ripped off, but that arm is immobile. You are only allowed one primary attack, and you cannot hold a two-handed weapon with two hands.
High five!
Oh, that's a bad Cognar joke. I hate that. Wookiee Group 2 is going to surround and attack Cell.
They're slightly charged, though, so it makes Cell feel better about
slightly
her
charged and in charge and pissed.
Wait, did he pull my arm off or my leg off?
Oh shit! How do they know? They normally walk on their hands, right? And you're kicking with your feet.
They walk on their arms.
Okay, so he would be grabbing one of your legs and dislocating the hip.
Then it wouldn't affect my attack. Because
oh, that's right. You would still have two limbs free. That's right. Yeah, okay, you could still kick. You can't hold a weapon because you have no. You can't hold a two-handed weapon. I'll give you that. You can still do your multiple attacks. Cell, that's going to be a 15 to hit.
That will not hit.
Okay, second Wookiee comes up. Oh, that's a natural 19 on the die. For a 25.
But I'm going to half it.
All right. That's going to be 17 points of damage. So half that to 8. And an 18 to hit.
18 will hit.
Ooh, lucky girl. That's only going to be 7 points of damage, minimum damage. As this group of Wookiees just stands over you and pummels you with these big sticks. Now it's your turn.
But Skatos is out now, yes?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah. Free like a bird now.
That's time. So I am going to turn invisible.
Oh, hey.
And I'm going to use half of my movement to stand up. I'm going to use my bonus action to disengage. And then I'm going to use the rest of my movement to get out of there.
So you're going to climb out the window.
I'm going to go out the door because I don't think I can fly.
Can she walk through?
Actually, yeah, I am going to go out the window because I have climbing, the thieves thing where I can climb with
you have a
no
climb speed.
Yeah, that thing.
Yeah,
So.
you start crawling out the window. Okay, you got to remind me on this, Ryan and Nick. Opportunity attacks on someone invisible.
But I disengaged.
Oh, that's right, you disengaged. Never mind. Goddamn rogues. Okay.
But you words like that, don't even have to worry about it.
Don't have to worry about it. All right, so Cell is out the window. Now, as 3 Wookiees pull up on the far side. Actually, they think that Shaktala has this foe in hand, and so they're going to go out to the left side and throw spears at Skatos. Skatos, you have 3 spears coming at you. That's going to be a 21, 17, and a 23.
I gotta go ahead and I'm gonna use shield to
But wait,
like the second one.
Before you hit shield, you still have your decoys, so he has to roll to hit those.
Oh, that's right.
Keep forgetting
fuck
about
you,
these
so.
darn things.
All right, so all three are normally
or higher.
hit, and I have to roll a 8 or higher now.
8 or higher. Yeah.
Ah, shit. All right, that's 2 hits on images. So
Then
that
you
means
can use
more images.
So yeah, I still take
So
one
it
of
was a
those.
23 on the
So,
last
yeah.
one.
Yeah,
Okay.
I will still take that.
Not a whole lot of damage.
What?
What?
How much
That's-
damage?
I said not a whole lot.
You went robot
be,
for that, just that bit.
Yeah. I went silent because I was doing math. 7 points of damage.
All right.
And concentration check on Arcane Hand.
Yes. Let's see.
Whoa.
Just gonna make
got
it.
Just got it.
That's
All
way
right,
too
Vola.
close.
You are currently grappled by Shaktala, who is currently grappled by a arcane Sith ritual hand, and you currently have a dislocated leg. What do you do?
Oh.
And I'm going to say it's your right leg. Right leg. God, Dougs are so difficult.
All right, so, but I'm still grappled.
Still grappled.
All right, I will, I guess, oppose a grapple. That way I can
attempt to escape.
Yeah.
So that'll be an acrobatics versus its athletics. Oh yeah, you break free.
And
so
then
you
I'll
break free and you
use
start stumbling
rest.
down. What's that?
Dislocated or detached?
It's still attached. It's just flopping in the wind right now.
All right. Then I'll use my movement.
Okay.
And bonus action, extra movement, so 120 right out the window.
All right. Which window are you going for? Left side or right side? Skathos went out the left side, and that's where all the Wookiees ran.
I'll go out behind Skathos.
Okay. All right. So as you go and you dive through the window, and you get some opportunity attacks. That's going to be from Shaktala. That's going to be a 23 to hit.
Yeah, it hits.
That's going to be 22 points of damage, bludgeoning. And then you're going to get 2 attacks from the Wookiees guarding the windows. That's going to be a 23 to hit and a 17.
$23, 17, and 8. Correct?
No, 23 to hit and a 17 to hit.
17 misses.
Okay. And you're going to take an extra 11 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And you jump out the window. Now what are you going to do? Just fall?
Do I see Scathos?
Yeah, he's floating as you're falling.
I am slow falling,
I know you are.
so I just
So you're slowly falling down a ravine.
ignore that.
All right. So that's the end of your turn, unless you have something to say.
Nope, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm just trying to
Skathos
keep pace.
2.0. You got your
All
hand,
right.
and you're fluttering.
So was Vola's arm ripped off by this Wookiee or just dislocated?
Dislocated. It's still attached.
Dislocated.
He
Okay.
needed to fail 2 saves in order to rip an arm off.
That case. It'll change things a little bit. I'm just going to have my grasping hand just crush this
Were
Wookiee
you hoping
for a
that his
bonus
arm
action.
would be removed?
Kind
sick
of,
man.
actually.
I know
had
why,
plans
but you
for it.
sick man.
To save his life.
I know. All right, so you're gonna crush.
Yeah, so just making sure. Yeah, so with the bonus action, going to crush onto this Wookiee that he's already grappled. That the hand is already grappling, effectively.
Right.
Only 8 damage that time. And with my movement, going to start flying downwards towards Volva, and like with an action, try and grab hold of him and start flying back towards the ship.
Yeah, you can catch him in his mid-slow fall and start moving towards the ship.
That'll be my turn.
All right, Shaktala is going to attempt to break the magic hand grapple. I doubt he's going to. An 18 to break.
Oh, sorry, that is that's me.
Got to roll a 10 or better.
All right,
Or
let's
11.
see.
11 or better.
It'll be a natural 20
Nice.
because he's got advantage on medium or smaller creatures.
Oh, okay.
So he's going
It's
to
a
maintain
large
that
Wookiee,
grapple.
but I'll give you it. A 12 holds him in place anyway.
All right.
He is a large Wookiee, so.
Okay, so 12 then.
Yeah. Okay. Well, shit. Well, that's his turn. Wookiee Group 2 is going to climb out of the window and get up on top of the longhouse and throw spears at the flying circus, which is going to be Skathos.
All right.
Actually,
Why do you only target him? I know I'm invisible, but Jesus.
because he's the one with wings.
I'm making a show.
he is making quite a show. No, you know, let me do this. I'm gonna roll a d4, 1 and 2, because you guys are both in the air, so this is gonna be a random who it hits. 4. This is actually Vola. Vola, that's going to be a. Let's see, what's my math here? A 24 and a natural 20.
Yeah, both hits.
And the third one was a natural 1, so that one goes wide. All right. All right, Volva, this is going to be...
Yeah?
Yes. This is going to be 26 points of damage, and you feel poison coursing through your veins, but your wonderful monkhoodness does not allow the poison to stay.
Right.
Because you're a monk and overpowered. But you take that 26 points. That's the Wookiee's turn. Sel, your turn.
Okay, I am like right outside the window, and
You see
Skatos
three
and Volwa are both
Wookiees
like,
flying past you.
how far, like, how close are Skatos and Volwa to the ship?
I would say at this point 65 feet, 70 feet.
Okay, in that case, I am going to target one of the Wookiees that have been shooting spears at them.
Uh-huh.
So whichever one is closest, I'm going to hit it.
Okay. So you kind of creep over the corner.
Natural 1 or natural 20. Woo!
Oh my god.
And they get sneak attack damage.
You cut the leg off this Wookiee,
Oh my god.
and he topples off, growling as he falls.
And then I'm going to use my bonus action to hide.
Make a stealth check. That's 30. Okay, of course.
Well, at least she's visible now.
Yeah, she's not invisible.
and hiding on the roof. So
Near the Wookiees. No big
for
deal.
the Wookiees. All right, group number 1 is going to climb out the window as well, and I'm going to make perception checks for them. I doubt they're going to get a 24. Yeah, 2 4s. Yeah, no, they don't see you, so they're going to throw spears again at the dynamic duo. Volwa again. That's a natural 20 and a 3 and a 19, so that's 2 more hits to Volwa. No poison damage, of course. Can't get anybody with poison. You take 28 points of piercing damage, Volwa.
Okay.
And that's their turn, as they're only each throwing one really heavy spear at you. Vola, you're currently in the arms of an angel. What do you do?
So I. Hmm. All right. I guess fly. And break away and guard him.
How are you going
Put
to guard
myself
him?
between. I
You're
basically
currently flying.
put myself between him and the ship.
Oh, it seems like you've been doing that well enough already. You've taken 6 spears for Skatos. So, are you going to patient defense?
How far are we away from the ship?
65 to 70 feet.
Board the ship.
Okay.
I'll fly on and jump on and move toward the pilot.
So you're not flying. Skatos is flying, and he's holding you in his arms.
Oh, I'll cast fly.
Okay. So you cast fly on yourself using 3 key points, I believe it is.
It's one of my abilities.
If you got the ability, you don't even need the boots of levitation.
He just doesn't want to use resources.
Calm down, Ryan.
He just doesn't want me to have them.
Okay, so that's Ride the Wind. That is
Like, no.
4 key points spent. Make sure you deduct 4. And so you leave Skatos' arms, and you travel your complement of move speed or fly, which gives you 60 move speed. So you fly 60 feet, and you're roughly 5 to 10 feet from the landing of the ship. There you go. Anything else you'd like to do, Vola? That was your action and your movement.
Yeah. I'm good now. I
Okie
just need to
dokie.
get my arm back.
Skathos 2.0. This little Doug just shot out like a rocket from your arms.
All right then, a race it is. I'm going to move my full 50 feet of fly speed, and then make use of an action to dash to go another 50 feet into the ship.
So you
Making my
tuck your
way
wings
in
and up the landing.
Probably going to hang out like nearby the ramp and
Okay.
waiting for Cell to show up, but ready to close the door.
You'll never see Cell coming. Okay, so you get there, you land, and you face towards the party.
That where we came, yeah.
And Shaktala is going to attempt to get out of his grapple. Again, so I need you to roll me a strength, please.
Ooh, only a 10 on that one.
Okay, yeah, he breaks free. And so he moves away from the hand, jumps out the window, climbing up the top, and begins bolting down the longhouse towards your ship. Wookiee Group 2, seeing that they do not have a target in sight, let me just double check. Nope, nobody knows that Cell's right next to them. And Wookiee Group 2 starts running, and they jump off the longhouse, and they land on the platform and start booking their way towards you guys, and they're within 50 feet at this point. So, you have 3 Wookiees on top, and one chieftain.
I want to charge towards Shaktala.
Shaktala.
Okay. Yeah, I want to try if I can make it to her, him. Can I get there?
Oh yeah, you got enough movement.
So then I want to attack.
Okay.
That 17 to hit.
That's a miss.
It misses.
Yeah. Oh, you get advantage because you were hidden.
I was hidden. So let's do that again. Better luck. A 30?
Yeah, 30 hits.
Okay. With sneak attack.
40 points of damage. Ouch.
And then bonus action, I would like to hide.
Okay.
Yeah, charging so towards the ship slowly.
Turn on the saber, slice at his ankles, and then turn it off real quick and hide back in his shadow.
I would like to point out that I am still wearing that helmet that teleported me to the ship that one time for some unknown reason.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what it does, but it's still on my head. So there's that.
Thanks for reminding me.
I'm curious to see what it does. I gotta figure this out when we get back to the ship and, go somewhere.
So you move up to him, attack him, and then hide back in place. 3 Wookiees just see a gout of blood come out from Shaktala in an attempt to see where their foe is hidden. And you got a 24? Ugh. They're gonna have to roll really high. Nope. They can't even smell you out. And you hear them just grunt a war cry and double move and move in front of Wookiee Group 2 heading towards the ship. And so they are within 30 feet. Vola, you are 10 feet from the ship. What do you do?
Come on, Slowpoke.
Ted.
Right there.
Run, Vowel, run!
It's a secret.
I'm already in, right?
No, you're 10 feet outside the ship.
All right, so I'll run in and start the engine.
Okie dokie. You run through and past everyone. Your little leg dangling and dragging on the floor as you're running. All right.
Wait, I see anything?
No, I'm
you
like
see
literally
Volma come
starting the
running
engine.
in. I don't know where the brig is because you guys don't really have one. I think you guys locked the because you guys were in the. Did you land the Balak Pearl or the Jolly Roger?
The Jolly Roger, I believe.
Yeah, Jolly
Okay,
Roger.
so yeah, you guys locked the Black Party in one of the crew quarters.
Yeah, we might.
Yeah.
I don't think we actually have a brig, but that's why Amic's just like watching.
He's making sure she doesn't open the door.
Yeah.
So Amic would see Skathos running in, arm dangling and all disheveled.
Oh Jesus!
And-
What's going on?
Not again.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
Bo
what's
was flipping switches and it's like, all right, we're good. Everybody on? And he's
No, everyone's not on. What's going on, Volwa?
who's not here? I was the last one out.
Oh, I thought those two were still outside the ship.
They are.
Cell is still outside.
You ran past Skathos to get in, and you haven't seen Cell since
Cell.
she disappeared out the window.
Let's just say I'm paying attention. I know who's on the goddamn ship.
I would know if my teammates came on the ship.
Skathos is going to cast Thaumaturgy and just like boom his voice back down the hallway, hearing the engine start to fire. Like, just so everyone's aware, not everyone's on board just yet. We're still waiting on Volwa. No one's getting left behind again.
Right, I'm just warming the engines.
Amic's
Yeah.
gonna like grrr, and he's gonna like stand up and like rush to like the drop the landing,
The ramp.
Yeah,
The
Amy.
ramp.
so he can like
Really
look
need
out
to,
and see what the fuck is going on.
Okay, so looking at this scene,
It's
you
Cell's
see.
fault.
Hold on, let me just.
It only looks like my fault all over again.
So as you come down the ramp, you see 5 Wookiees just running towards the ship, wielding at this moment like spears, and then you see a giant Wookiee that just is like bleeding blood on the roof, and he's just growling in fierce anger. And you see Skathos with his wonderful wings, little worse for the wear, but he's standing there, heavenly looking, waiting for Cell.
And bonus action, is anyone within 60 feet of that arcane hand that I can see from here?
Technically, Shaktala is 60 feet
Because
from
I can
the
move that
original
fist.
location of the hand.
So I'm going to move that fist towards Shaktala if I can see him and take a swing, but I don't think a 10's going to hit.
No, 10 definitely doesn't hit, but you see this giant hand like squeeze through the window and just do like a circle punch and just right over the head of Shaktala.
And just moving it closer towards the ship.
All right.
Yeah, Captain, we all ready to go.
Wait, what's happened?
Yeah, negotiations broke down and we need to go.
Has anyone checked the engine?
That's what I'm firing up right now.
Or,
Amic, make sure our landing is clear.
oh, I think we
No,
should
our
hold
landing.
off for
What,
that for
what
a
are you
minute.
talking about? What did you do?
We
I
shouldn't
did
turn
not
on the
do this.
engines if we haven't checked them.
If you want to express anything, ask Sel when we depart, but please, let's go
It's always
now.
Sal's fault. I see how it is.
It is. It is always Self's fault, though.
When you're the last one off the ship.
I was fine with trading the prisoner for booze, and you guys weren't.
Yes, that's horrible.
So
And
I
I'm
decided,
here.
okay, I take back my bargaining chip, and they got mad.
But you didn't take a stance either.
Okay.
Ugh.
Let's get
You know,
back
the worst
to,
part
back
is,
into
Amick totally would have been like, yeah, give her over to him.
it. So you see Cell specifically, and from a further distance, everyone else. You hear this large growl of a Wookiee, and you see him turn and swipe down and grab at Cell in an attempt to grab her as he sniffed her out. Yeah, he got a 26. He rolled really well. So I need you to make me an acrobatics, I assume would be better for you.
24.
Fuck me. Alright. He's gonna try again. Alright, roll me another acrobatics.
25.
No, you slippery.
You do realize that the lowest she can get is 22, right?
I know, but
It's higher now. I think the lowest is it 22 because I have a plus 14 now.
no, it's whatever your reliable talent is.
I stand corrected. It's a 24.
Yeah, and then also, yeah, I think I have specific ones where if I roll, I can't get lower than a.
That's going to be really hard for him to do. Well, he's standing there, just big old meat hands trying to grab this little Jawa. Wookiee Group 2 begins running at the ship, stopping within 20 feet, and loose out javelins. 1 and 2 is going to be Skathos. 3 and 4 is Amick, who is now in sight.
What the fuck?
It's going to be Amick. So, Wookiee Group 2 only has 2 people. Don't worry, Amick. They're never going to hit you. Correct eye. No, they sail and plink off the ship. The highest there was a 12. So, never going to hit Amick. They plink off the ship, but they kind of like shatter wood splinters over your head. So.
Okay, I am going to run. I know that this big guy can see me. I'm not trying to kill other people, so I'm going to go to the group that's closest to the ship and try and attack one of them.
Okay.
The advantage because I was technically hiding, or no?
No, you were.
So I know that one person saw me. Okay. 28.
Yeah, 28. But as you leap off the roof, Shaktala gets a big ol' swack at you as you leave his threatened range. And I need you to make me a strength saving throw, please.
That's my worst one. 19.
Oh, yeah, you pass.
Alden! Who that's lucky? That's my worst stat.
All your rolls. Jesus.
It's irritating. Yeah, he got a natural 20. So you can half this if you want to use your reaction.
I will have it, yeah.
That's going to be 26 points of damage total. So 13 to you, and you resist being knocked prone. Which could have been bad if you would have fallen.
Yeah, they would have left me.
So yes, 28. You get 8 points of damage on that guy. Okay.
Do I get sneak attack or no? So it came up from behind.
Yes, you get sneak attack. You're hidden from
29!
Ah, god dirty. You kill that Wookiee.
Oh, I wasn't trying to kill him. I'm sorry, guys.
You're using a lightsaber. You can't not kill someone.
Yeah, I know. I was trying to
yeah,
be
so
considerate.
you 2 quick swipes and you take out his knees and he collapses. Wookiee Group 2 only has 1 left. Anything for your bonus action?
Yeah, I was about to ask because I did have that. That's not a bonus action to have it, is it?
No, that's your reaction.
Okay. Then yes, I am going to. How close am I to the ship?
At this point, you're like 50 feet away. No.
Okay,
Like
then
40
I
feet, 40
will. I am going to hide one more time, and the next time I can dash. So, one more time of hiding.
Okay. Go for it.
24. That's my number for hiding in there.
Well, you can't get lower than 24, so fuck you, Sil. Alright, Wookiee Group 1. It just hears the howls of people being chopped down behind them are going to charge forward and attack the front man, Skathos.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Yeah?
Amic rolled initiative and got a 12, bro.
Oh, I didn't read. Oh, hold on. Let me read.
Wait, should I roll for initiative?
Yeah, you probably should. Roll for initiative.
Okay, I'm
You gotta
so
get it.
sorry.
No, you're fine. That was my fault for not telling you to roll for initiative. You got involved.
Alright, how many fools are running up to my ship right now?
Well, it's going to be 3. I got to see if she gets in before you.
I can't roll. I don't think I have a token yet.
It's in the bottom.
No, it's you.
Oh, never mind.
Okay, so
I
you're
finally
after
did it.
the Wookiees. Okay, perfect. Amic, you see 3 Wookiees within, well, they're going to be within melee distance, so they're like within 20 or so feet. And then you see 1 Wookiee remaining that's roughly 40 feet away. And then you see a big Wookiee who's like 60 feet away.
Right. Question. Did I get a short rest?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, hold on. I need to roll some hit die really quick. Because I just looked at my HP total.
Yeah, you're pretty low from that fight.
Okay, that's a little better. Because I was at 14.
Oh, man. One good hit would have got you.
You were at 14?
After the last fight, yeah.
Dang.
But now I'm at 74, so we're good.
Yeah, never going to hit you again.
Amic pulls out his lightsabers, and he's going to step in front of Skathos so that they can't get to him.
Yep.
And he's going to prepare... he can't see Cell, right?
No.
I just, but you did
But he
see
did
me.
just see a
Attempt to beat a
Wookiee
24.
drop, and none of us attacked it.
You did see me pop out and hit, and then
Yeah, you saw the lightsaber turn on behind a Wookiee, and then she's hiding behind the dead body.
you recognize cells.
How far away is that?
About 40 feet.
I was almost there.
Okay, Amic's just gonna run down and engage the Wookiees. Are any of the Wookiees hurt in this group?
None of this group has been hurt. No.
I thought I shot them with the flame thing earlier.
That was
group 1.
Wookiee group 2.
I didn't know you said group 1. Sorry.
Uh-huh. No, you've almost obliterated all of group 2 by yourself.
Because you said they're
so yes.
20 feet away from me?
Yes, yeah, you can engage group 1 within 1 movement.
No, you know what? Actually, what he's going to do, he's just going to stand in front of Skathos. He's going to prepare his attacks if they come close, and he's going to shout at them, "Give up your chase or die."
Roll me an intimidation.
22.
Oh, jeez.
Why do you have advantage?
Because of the Helm of Tulak Horde. I've had advantage like this whole game.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. I forgot what I gave you. That's awesome. Okay, yeah, you see them stop their charge in their tracks, and they kind of take a pause, and they are holding until they hear from their leader. Nimi.
Oh, no. Well, going to cast a spell, but they've kind of stopped. I'm right next to Amic, right?
You would be... Yeah, you would be near Amic, or where he was, so you can move to the landing ramp if you choose.
Yeah, I'll go to the landing ramp and I'll cast Cure Wounds on Amic, since he's fine.
So a D8.
I mean,
Wisdom.
he's fine.
She cares. She really cares.
And
Yeah,
what's
it's not
your
like he's ever going to
spellcasting
get
mod?
hit again.
Who knows?
What's your wisdom bonus?
Oh, wisdom bonus. I'm so sorry. I'm just like, what?
Be +3, I think.
Wisdom bonus. It would be +3. Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so I get 8 back.
Total. Nice. A little bit of Jedi healing. Whoop whoop. You know what? How would you describe your healing?
Slapping him on the back and saying, "Go get him, bud." No, just I would say putting my hand on his back and concentrating on moving healing energies into areas in which there's open bleeding.
Nice. So an aqua blue energy
Yeah.
flows from her hand and then circles around your body, Amic, and finds wounds that are open and begins to stitch them together. All right. Volwa.
That was my first spell cast. Yay!
Yay! Good job. Volwa, drunk at the wheel, what are you doing?
Prey on the ship.
No. In fact, more people are leaving the ship than were on your previous turn.
All right, is the ship ready to leave?
Oh
And
no!
No, you think it's going to take at least 2 more rounds for it to fully warm up.
All right, 2 rounds. I'll make my way to the ramp. And what do I see?
You see Nimi placing a hand on Amic, who is in front of Skathos, and you see 3 Wookiees stop dead in their track where they were charging. They're no longer charging, and you see a couple of Wookiee bodies a little bit further from that, and the big guy is still up on top of the longhouse.
Can't believe we're killing Wookiees. All right.
Killed.
We weren't!
We are.
Zell
I don't
is
know
killing
what
all of them.
happened.
I specifically said I didn't mean to.
Amic is not over yet.
We were doing so well. We made it to 3 planets without you killing someone, and then you just had to go kill a tribe of Wookiees.
Well, I talked to the group, and they're like, "Man, that's not a really good deal." I'm like, "Okay, guys, we're not gonna do it then." And then they're like, "Oh, no, you back out on this deal." I'm like, "Well, now we're gonna have to kill you." So sorry, my teammates are you guys, and I should have just kept with my Wookiee whiskey adventures. It's probably ruined my entire company. I just want you to know that.
I was so
Can't have
happy with
Wookiee
being
whiskey
evil.
without Wookiees.
And then it went
Skatos
to evil.
wasn't the
You
only
could
one
be-
who died today.
You can tap into the dark side if you want. That's up to you, man. Morality is flexible in this game.
You're gonna leave Cell on this planet to die? I see how it
Everyone on
is.
this
It's
planet.
cool.
Let me just close this ramp.
No, I'll go to the. Can I make it to the threesome?
Yeah, with your amazing monk movement, of course.
Yeah, with your 100
No.
speed per, no big deal.
Yes.
I want to make it to the closest person with attack ability.
Okay. So you make it up to the first group of Wookiees.
All right. So I'll do that, and I'll unleash 2 strikes.
Okay. Go for it. 26 hits. 26 hits. Add 2d4 to that.
Wait, so Volvo just rushes out there and starts pummeling these Wookiees that just stopped?
Yep.
What do you expect him to do? I started the engine.
Sitting. So you punch the nearest Wookiee and collapse one of his lungs as he drops to a knee.
I thought we were trying to be the good guys.
I thought so too.
We gave that up 10 minutes ago.
That is totally not what we are. We're like Solo. All right, so I'll use a key point, and
Except Solo had a Wookiee companion and killing them.
They saved the Wookiees.
You do not get to invoke that after what you just did.
It's not my fault.
It is. It is. It is your fault. Yeah, 23 hits, and you strike at another one, and it's hurting really bad. Anything else, Volva?
I get my 1d4.
You get,
and
1d4.
I'm still not inflicting the flame strike yet.
Nope, you have not activated that ability. Okay. So the second one is looking really rough. Skathos 2.0.
How many of these Wookiees are left standing?
There is 2 from Group 1, 1 from Group 2, and the Chieftain. So, 4?
4 of them? All right. So,
do we want to kill them?
Is going to follow Volva outside, just kind of gliding on his wings, focusing upon the 4 targets he's got, and he's casting command. And in this Sith language, he's effectively telling them all to halt in place.
Okay. What is the range? Oh, I guess you could fly. You could fly above.
Yes, I'm thinking flying out to make it 60-foot range of everyone, casting it at 4th level. So DC 16 Wisdom save.
All right. One of Group 1 passes, but the wounded one does halt. Group 2 fails, so he is halted. And the leader is unaffected.
All right. Then with bonus action, I'm going to continue to move that fist and go for another attack against that leader since he passed his.
Are you going to try to... I want to see it and harken back to Briarwood Arc. Are you going to try to push him off?
If I'm able to, sure. Yeah, he nearly ripped Volva's arms off. Yeah. He took it to combat.
I think that's going to be Forceful Hand.
Sure.
It's going to be an athletics versus... It's a athletics, yeah.
It's forceful. Just double checking to see if it's using my spellcasting ability modifier or the hand's strength.
Well, I believe it's like a shove, so it's like opposed athletics checks.
All right, so then 16 on that.
Okay, 16. He succeeds.
All right. So just technically squaring off with him in the distance.
This hand has been an asshole this entire time. All right, Skathos, anything else?
I think that'll do it.
Shaktala, hearing your words, calls out in Wookiee, "Everyone fall back. We will regroup and get them with the flyers." As he walks away from the hand and jumps inside the longhouse. Wookiee Group 2, he failed, so he is halted, unable to move. So he is standing still. Cell, perfect opportunity for you.
I can get to the ship. Run.
What, you don't want to kill someone who can't move?
No, I didn't want to kill the other guy. I was just trying to get to the ship without letting them kill Skathos.
With all
Everyone that attacked Skathos, I attacked after.
That's true. Technically, Skathos started it. Well, you started it, and then he kind of really started it. So you can... how far is your movement right now? 35?
35, but I can use my action to get on... Well, actually, I'm going to use my action to disengage, so those other Wookiees don't get me, and I'll use my bonus action to dash.
Same
so I can
thing,
get on the ship.
with 2 movements, a little black and brown blur flies onto the ship, and you're within the main corridor.
Okay, time to go.
Amek, you see 2 of these Wookiees are halted, and one of them seems to be gearing up to move away.
As soon as he hears Cell's voice on the ship, he's going to yell out to the other 2, "You 2, get inside! Let's go!" And
holding defensive actions.
Yeah, he's going to put away his lightsabers and pull out his blaster, and he's going to blast anybody that tries to come up the ramp.
Okay. Oh, that's scary. Wookiee Group 1, you see the one that is not ordered to halt to begin running back towards the longhouse, using 2 actions to move that way.
Goddamn, Cell.
You, Vola, you can make an opportunity attack if you choose.
I use blunt.
What, your fist?
Yeah.
You can choose non-lethal, yeah.
You can choose non-lethal if you choose. If you so choose. Choose.
I want to come back here, but...
Oh, I'm pretty sure after the first 5 deaths, that's probably not going to be a good idea.
Yeah, we're definitely on a list somewhere.
Well, Cell's Wookiee adventures are definitely over. She has to find a new hobby.
And that's a miss. Alright. So that Wookiee runs away. Nimi, you see, you hear Amek tell you to get back on the ship, and you see one Wookiee running away, and the other 2 don't seem to be able to move, and Vola is swinging wildly at Wookiees that are running away. What do you do?
I'm going to turn over to Amek and ask if anyone's checked the engine room for anything that one.
Not that I'm aware of.
Lucia. No one checked.
I am going to, hearing the hum of the engine starting to pick up, I'm going to split towards the engine room.
Okay. With an action, you can make it all the way back to the engine room.
Oh, Shoot.
Unless you have something that allows you to bonus action dash.
I don't think I
Wait, you're
do.
a gloom ranger? Don't they get something
Gloom
movement
stalker?
at this high level?
I'm not too sure.
I don't. That's not in the base book, right? That's in another book.
No, I never saw anything with a Gloomstalker in there.
D&D Beyond. Well, here, I can just go to the campaign and look at your character. Excuse me. And let me just look at what you have for acciones. Features. Oh, you got to be making sure that you're adding +3 to your initiative rolls. Or is it already figured in?
I believe it's already figured in. Right.
And it looks like first turn of each combat, her walking speed increases by 10 feet.
That's pretty cool.
And she gets 2 attacks.
Oh, you can take the hide action as a bonus action. That's pretty cool.
An extra damage on a
No,
weapon.
so you're going to have to use your action to dash.
I need to check the engine rooms. Yeah, I'm just going to make it to the engine room.
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah, you get there and you hear the familiar hum of the engines as they're spooling up. Volva. One Wookiee is running away and another one is standing still. What do you do?
I basically run back to the engine room and lunch.
Okay, so you run back into the cockpit.
Yeah.
Okay. You have one more round before it is fully ready to go. So on your next round, it'll be ready for takeoff. Skathos.
So seeing that one starting to get away, Skathos is going to focus upon that brown holocron he got some time ago. And he's going to try and do something a little bit reckless.
Yes! Finally!
He's going to roll a cantrip.
Okay, so you roll 1d10.
9 and a 4. So it's Thorn Whip or Light. Let's see. It's 30-foot range. So is anybody within 30 feet?
Yeah. Within 30 feet, you have the Wookiee 1 and Wookiee 2.
Alright, so I'm going to target Wookiee number 1 with this, then,
poor guy.
and Thorn Whip him. So
Okay.
melee spell. For 20 total to hit.
20 total? Ouchies. Yeah, that hits.
And looks like 3d6 damage and pulls him 10 feet closer.
Yeah.
So 11 points of piercing damage. And I'm going to yank him 10 feet closer to us as I'm just going to fly back up into the ship.
Oh, Jesus. All right. So as you twist this holocron and invoke the chaos that is within it, it pulls out this sinewy-looking, bright red, almost looks like lava or something, and it circles about, making a lasso, and then reaches down and grabs this creature, this Wookiee, and as you begin to fly off, it cinches down on the creature, on the Wookiee's neck, and you break its neck as you are flying, and the pulling of 10 feet pulls it off, and it falls limply off the walkway.
And just not even turn back. Skatos.
What the hell is going on? You guys went out for like 10 minutes!
It wasn't even that. They were gone for like 2 minutes.
I think it's time we're leaving this planet.
As Skatos flies into the ship. All right.
Nimmy, is everything fine back there?
I don't know.
So for this purpose, we are going to be out of initiative as the Wookiee 2 and the rest of Wookiee 1 head back into the Longhouse.
It wasn't my fault this time, I swear!
I'm going to quickly look around the engine room to see if there's any obvious signs of bombs or sabotage that might just, blow up the ship as soon as we take off.
Roll me an investigation check. There are no bombs on the ship, but you do notice that that a card has been removed from the hyperdrive.
A card?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then I think I'll cast Detect Magic just to make sure that there's no nonsense going on.
Oh, okay. As you're kind of closing your eyes and reaching out with your feelings to get a grasp on anything that's going on, in that corner, you see where she was crouched down in the corner. You see a very light purple haze. Very dark purple haze, but it's light in opacity. Very wispy. And you see 2 violet-colored eyes staring right at you. And I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Oh, fuck. I knew this would happen. I came into here like, wouldn't it be funny?
Is it funny, though? Is it?
I mean...
You feel...
No.
You feel needles digging into your brain. And a sense of cold fire burning throughout your body.
I don't think Nimmy's had this experience yet.
And
I don't think so.
You hear a voice in your head. Join me, and I can give you the power to rule everyone, claim worlds, and be what you want to be at any time. As you resist the effects, the flame subsides within your body and your vision clears and you see this apparition dissipate.
Oh, hell.
What?
Maybe that's the room.
What would have happened if I failed that?
You would have been choking Skatos out.
Oh, damn, this is great. Thank God it wasn't a month ago. I am going to run up to everyone and say, oh God, something just tried to possess me, and we're missing a card from the hyperdrive.
That's going to slow us down considerably.
Oh, we're not using the hyperdrive. We just need to get back on the Ballock Pearl.
Well, better late than never. Let's go.
I'll make my way back to the engines and do what I can to keep them running.
Okay. Yeah, so you head back to the engines and you do a cursory glance, and yeah, it seems like the nav card for the hyperdrive has been removed. And you know that this is something that has happened before on this ship, I believe. A particular Jawa with sticky fingers, I believe, stole a hyperdrive card at one point. So
Yeah,
you know
I
the
was
ship
gonna
will.
say I probably have a replacement if we need one.
You probably do. You might want to check your inventory. But you know that the engines and the ship will function. It will just not be able to make light speed.
Right.
Actually, I think that's the card that I ended up switching out with a different. I think
I think this is the one that you gave back when you guys couldn't get to hyperspace, and you're like, "Oh,
Yeah.
I probably should put that back." And that's when Skathos found
Yeah.
you tinkering in the engine.
Yeah, I'm like, I know I did something with it. I don't remember exactly what it was, but I want that.
You lost it?
That's when you took the Wookiee whiskey and hit it with the hyperspace card.
Yeah.
So it started all of this, but I guess it's appropriate. That's what it ended into.
Yeah. So you all get on board. Amick, you get up and you hit the button to close the ramp, and Volwa takes us off planet. Gingerly, I'm gonna need a sleight of hand from the Doug for pilot.
Yep, I'm on my way. Yes, we put it in hyperdrive, and
What?
one second.
We can't put it into hyperdrive.
We don't need hyperdrive. We're just
I
going
know.
back to the Balog Pearl.
Does this little ship have a gun?
No, Cell. Calm down.
Yeah, I think it's got like one like light turbo laser battery.
I'm gonna go stand at that in case those, because I heard that guy say he's gonna go get the flighters or whatever. So if he starts coming at us, I'm gonna be ready. My laser gun.
So Cell, you climb up the ladder into the top mounted gun. And,
I'm at the pew pew.
And Volwood, even with his wrecked shoulder that he is, or hip, that he is sitting on using his walking hands to pilot the ship, is able to take you out and get you back into atmosphere as you go and land on the Balog Pearl. No other
TR-17, come give assistance, please. I'm not feeling well.
Do you require the same treatment as Mr. Skathos?
Yes, please. My hip is out of joint. Correct it, please.
You see as TR-17 reaches down for another one of these crystals, but you do not have any that he can use in an attempt to reorganize your body.
No, Volwa, rather than being regenerated, perhaps merely just a cybernetic appendage. Instead, we could do away with the old flesh, which seems to have its flaws, and you could be upgraded.
What do you suggest? Because I'm not enthused.
Cybernetic implants are all the rage amongst the youngsters these days, replacing all sorts of body parts. You'd be amazed at how normal one could still live their life. But think of the raw power such an upgrade could come with. Just something to consider if you're already thinking about replacing the broken appendage.
And
Skatos
Paolo, what do you suggest?
Well, medical droids are trained in all sorts of capabilities. And with my own knowledge of robotics and cybernetics, I might be able to be of some assistance.
By all means, do suggest.
Robot fists. Droid arms.
DM with the option.
Yes,
Luke
sorry.
Skywalker
Yes.
missing a hand.
No, do not bring it back, Rachel. Damn it. No bare arms. Yes, Ted, what is your question?
As far as options, I just got disjointed.
Wherever
So
your imagination takes you.
Yes, it is currently attached and can be mended.
all right, so well, let's say General Grievous type. What can I improve?
You want to go for a third arm? You want an arm that like splits into two arms?
Yeah, basically, I'm having to amputate, so may have a third attack.
Yes, it would give you a third attack. It's going to be very expensive.
Oh, don't worry, I have my benefactors.
Skathos, you know that the procedure and parts required to give someone an experimental bi-arm contraption, as well as the neural link to make it work, is going to be roughly
Now, Volva, there's no
credits.
need to go for the most luxurious options. Mayhaps start with the basics, and as you grow in your own comfort level and abilities, we think about upgrades in the future.
But you realize my upgrades upgrade you, right?
Yes, precisely, but our pockets aren't that deep.
I'll let you be the advisor on this.
I'm simply advising replacing one arm with a robotic arm.
By the way, everyone can hear what's going on. It's a very small ship, so if you guys want to get in on this obscene conversation, then by all means.
There was a
Oh,
bit of a
I'm sure
struggle
Amic's
trying to
like
break
going
that
to try to
Wookiee's
find.
grasp.
Yeah, Amic's looking for Cell and just shouting, "What happened?"
I swear, I didn't do it this time. I swear it wasn't me.
You swear it wasn't you.
You're in your own conversation right now.
No, we are all in this conversation.
I was talking.
Go ahead.
I was talking to the chief guy, and I was willing to trade the prisoner for the fire water. And then when I did that, and then I told Stathos and Lola my plan, and they said, no, that's not a good plan. I said, okay, well then we won't do that plan. And then the Wookiee's like, oh, you're not going to do that plan? Well, then we have a problem. And then we had a problem. And so what was I supposed to do, you know? And so we just like, well, time to run. And when we ran, they got mad. And so then we had to defend ourselves. And we just kept running, and here we are. It wasn't my fault. I wanted to make a very fair deal. Wookiee whiskey for person we want dead anyways. I thought that was fair. Easy trade. Easy peasy, done with both sides. They have my whiskey, they have their person, we're done. But they didn't
Except for the part that you're willing to trade life for a whiskey. And I'm an evil person.
They just wanted to have it on trial. We don't know what they were going to do with her.
Wait, so you killed all those Wookiees over a misunderstanding?
You couldn't have explained it more?
I tried to run.
Seriously, Cell? Do it
Who
with
shot
lightsaber?
her?
The one that told me not to.
Not to make a deal, not to start murdering Wookiees.
I didn't start murdering. I told you to run, and when you ran out the window, they started to attack, so I defended you.
My goodness. I'm afraid your reputation in the whiskey industry may never recover.
I'm afraid you're right. This one case that I have left is all I'll ever be known for.
Yeah, it might be a little difficult to get more. Now that we can't ever come back here.
Now the price will be way up there for these bottles.
But Sal, it's nice to know that you now are fully devoted to our cause going forward. No distractions.
Yeah. None.
Thanks to you two. Without you two, I would have had a perfectly good deal going on there. Prisoner for firewater. Easy peasy done. Ah.
No, still, really. For the price of a person, and you're going to get whiskey for that person?
We're still going to pay for the person. They were just going to tell me where to get the whiskey. And then at the end of it, they wanted their person so they could put her on trial to see why she was trying to kill everyone. Now I see why she was trying to kill everyone. I'm not happy she killed you, Scantos. I'm sorry about that. But, you know, like, maybe these people really provoked her because they made me try and kill them. And then I did kill them. And then, you know, here we are. But
what the fuck are you talking about? She was trying to disable our ship, not kill Wookiees.
May I interject? But I was just in the engine room, and I believe someone tried to possess me. Looked the same as what we saw. Purple energy, eyes, offered me infinite power.
Great. Now it's somewhere on the ship.
that's
I believe.
He can get into my head very easily.
Wait, is anyone watching over the prisoner, or?
Well, she's manacled.
Okay.
And I've locked her in one of the crew quarters.
Okay, so I get to the bridge and get out of here.
I mean, that's what your 17 was. You already did that.
Yeah, you guys are already in.
Yeah, we wouldn't have been sitting around talking if we were still on the planet.
That's what I say. I was like,
I assume you wouldn't have gone to heal your arm until we were
Yeah.
So, if you want me to remove your arm and put on a robotic prosthetic, these shells on your body might consume a bit of your flesh.
What?
I think
he wants
consuming
me
the
to-
flesh.
That one's really hard to understand. I'm not gonna lie.
He wants to put a robot
there's
arm on
a
me.
delay. My mic has been dumb tonight. He said, if you remove your arm and replace it with a robotic prosthetic, then the shells that are living on your flesh will consume a lot of it.
Robot shells.
Hold on, I got this. And
No.
Amix is gonna like go over to Volwa and just be like, "This is gonna hurt," and he's just gonna pop his shoulder back into place.
Thank you.
We went from General
Yeah,
Grievous
no.
to sensible field medicine. Yes. Your shoulder is popped
It's
back
very
into place.
painful, though.
It is extremely painful. You take 5 points of pain damage.
No. It is great. I'm like, ugh.
But, Voa, you might want to rest your shoulder for a little while, otherwise you risk more damage to the rotator cuff or your hip. Dugs are so hard.
All right, fine, Volwa. But don't say I didn't try to save your life.
Yeah, Boba will totally risk that.
Ryan, I'm going to send you something on Skype real quick.
All right.
All right. So you go and rest, and what else is everyone else doing?
Well, how long does it take us to get
ship.
to the Balak Pearl?
Like 20 minutes.
The second we're on the Balak Pearl, Amix going to instruct whoever's on the bridge to get us the hell out of here.
Understood, Captain. We will take off
And then
as soon as the
Amix
ship
going to
depart.
run for the guns.
Yeah, so you run to, I'm going to say that the gunnery bay is going to be like an offshoot of the bridge. Like there's an area where you can man the proton torpedoes, and then there's another one for the like giant laser cannons. So you can go to one of the two bays there.
Yeah, Amix goes to the ion cannon.
Did you guys get an ion cannon?
Yeah, we've got 2 cannons and then the big boy.
Yeah, you got a proton torpedo and a standard turbo laser, and then the big ion, or not ion, the omni laser.
Oh, proton. The one I'm always
The torpedoes.
on.
Yeah, the one that does the most amount of damage, and you can't miss that one. Yeah, so you get on the torpedo launcher, and Adrita takes off. Captain, where are we going?
Continue the course that we had originally set for mystery planet that I don't remember the name of.
Zakul. I will punch it in now. She punches it in, and she takes off into hyperspace, as that was your last jump before reaching wild space. So, this is going to take you 2 weeks of travel time. And you have more than enough fuel to get there and back to where you presume the location of this planet is. So, we're going to take a brief break, bathroom break, drink break. Be back in like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and then we'll continue on.
All right.
I'm so confused about the time.
About what time it is in Arizona?
I just have two different times, and it's just in my internally. It feels so much like
It is 5:48 right now.
It's just weird not being able to switch the times back and forth because
You don't have to switch it. That's the best part.
I know, and I remember I moved from Tucson to Vegas and having to get used to switching the clocks and coming here, getting used to not switching them. It's just
What's up, Cookie?
nothing much. I'm looking for the headphones so I have to plug in.
Instead of just, are you losing power? Huh? You get ready to lose power?
Yeah.
Do you have your keys? And you just push the button, how long does it take? What? Until she I don't care. Yes. Oh, I know, it's like, get out. No, she knows that get into her house. Yeah. Sorry. Well, Rick tried to use the thing, and I saw that it shows up on your phone. And when we came back, Rachel used the keypad. So when someone touches the keypad and tries to use it, it shows you. It does? Oh. It gave you an alert.
All right, I'm back.
No.
But I saw that
I'm here.
Rachel, how much longer are you on? 2 more hours left. Why? Sorry, because we're going to be going. Okay. You suppose he wants it back?
Are we all getting a short rest?
I'm at least trying to start one. If not.
I figured I'd ask just in case.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna have to work on this offline because it won't pick up my microphone otherwise.
Oh no.
Yeah, you guys are gonna have 2 weeks of travel, so you're all gonna be all full up.
Sweet.
Oh my goodness. I can get into so much trouble in 2 weeks. You can get into so much trouble in 2 minutes. Imagine what 2 weeks can do.
Yeah.
I'm just happy I didn't have to shoot any Wookiees out the air.
Yeah, that's
I took care of them, apparently.
it helped that you had the engine spooling up before they finished their, chasing. Alright, so I think we're just waiting on Ted now.
Dun,
I'm
dun,
here.
dun.
Yay, we're all here. Okay. So. I feel like I've lost something here. Okay. So, the party is traveling into wild space to the planet of Zakul, chasing Amic's wayward son, hopefully being able to find him and
We're back on track now.
And don't let Cell start the conversation.
So we'll never get tongues on her ever again.
Yeah.
Yeah, lesson learned.
Okay. So, what does everyone want to do for their 2 weeks of travel time?
The first 2 days, Cell's going to be pretty drunk from her own Wookiee whiskey.
You're going to go
From
through
her
your
failed.
stores?
She has 11 bottles and she will drink one in the next 2 days. I figured she's small, so it won't take much. So. She's still going to be invisible the whole time, too. So
That's so sad.
her shenanigans are going to be like the ghost of the ship is really going to be like, you know,
like that.
there's more stuff
Wailing
broken.
howls throughout the ship.
I thought that was someone laughing.
So now I only have 10 bottles of Wookiee whiskey, but I'd say it was well spent.
So that's going to be Cell for the first couple days. Nimi, what do you want to do for the next couple weeks?
Well, I first want to try to interrogate Lucia to find out what exactly happened more in depth.
Okay. So you transfer her from the crew quarters on the Jolly Roger to the actual brig that you have on the Balak Pearl. And you go and you see this frightened girl just sitting there in some prison PJs.
Oh yeah, she is still with us.
Okay,
Oh,
and
we lost
she's
Nick.
in. Yeah.
Huh.
Wait, what? Oh no.
Bum bum bum. Anyway.
He'll come back to us. He always does.
I mean, I know the time change, but you don't have to leave an hour early. Okay, so you can interrogate her if you so choose.
Okay, I'm going to ask, how long were you on? What was the planet that we were just on?
Kashyyyk.
How long were you on Kashyyyk?
I think I was a part of an Imperial regiment that attacked this planet 5 years ago.
You were on Kashyyyk. What?
I don't remember leaving.
Do you know what happened to your regiment?
I think they were all killed.
By
in
who?
an ambush. It's a little hazy, but I think there was... Maybe it was a group of Wookiees that ambushed us because we were tearing through the forests.
And are you 100% sure of that? Without a shadow of a doubt. What do you remember from the ambush?
I remember lots of smoke and the cries of the battle cries of Wookiees, and then I felt strangely that my hands were guided to shoot my foes. I think it might have been just instincts. We were surrounded, I think, at the time.
And was that your last known memory?
Yeah, my vision went red, and I know for a fact that I took out 6 Wookiees in what felt like the blink of an eye. Time seemed slow.
Do you remember any voices coming inside of your head? Wanting ultimate power, gifting it to you, anything of that sort?
No, no voices, just feelings of my muscles being pulled in a direction and my finger slowly pulling the trigger, but I didn't have control over it.
Are there any memories between those 5 years that you distinctly recall? Anyone talking to you, or just you on Kashyyyk? Anything big?
No, I think after that battle, everyone was dead, and our transport had fled because they were under attack by the Wookiees. And I was deemed expendable, so I stayed on the planet and just tried to survive. And the Wookiees would find me occasionally and see that I had Imperial markings, and I had to defend myself and take them out.
All right, well, that answers almost all my questions. I forgot, did a searcher?
I'm sorry, you cut out there. What?
Did Amix search her?
He did, and she had some rations, some bullets, and I think that was it.
But
And
she
that
didn't
super
have the
sweet
chip.
sniper rifle.
And the super.
Oh hell yeah, I got that one. But she didn't have a chip on her.
Mm-mm.
The chip on her.
Nope.
I guess I'm done. Have a nice day.
I'm sorry for any trouble I caused you.
Well, you did kill, air quotations, one of the members in our group, and they're not completely happy with you.
Was it a
I would
Wookiee?
suggest no, kind of like a snake thing.
Oh,
Yeah, they're not
sorry.
completely happy, and I would suggest whatever deity you might pray to, if you ever do, I would suggest.
And
with that, I'll just leave.
As you leave, she hangs her head.
She's in the brig, right? I
Yeah, she's in the brig.
Right? Yeah. I thought when you said that, I just left her in the room, didn't lock the door. Okay, yeah.
Okay, so that was good. Welcome back, Nick.
Yeah, my computer decided it was time to restart.
Oh,
Oh no.
All right, well, we got 2 weeks. What are you going to do?
Train and focus on the mission at hand.
Okay. Easy
Can't
enough.
think of much else Amic would do.
Yeah, just trying to get his mind focused on the right thing. Okay. Let's go to Volwa. You're nursing some injuries.
All right, so Bo will I totally had a totally different approach to this, but with the reproduction, what is it? Like a false hand or a false leg?
You want to? You're talking about the prosthetics?
Yeah.
What about them?
All right. So is it going to be mechanical or is it going to be totally?
I thought it was just like out of place and Amick popped it back into place.
Yeah, your arm's fine now. Your leg is fine now.
All right. So Bo is going to he's going to start a tomb or a shrine.
Okay.
And
Amick for fixing his leg.
Yeah, he's going to a chaotic shrine. Like hell, I don't know how to explain it.
You want to do this on the Balak Pearl?
Actually, yeah, because I don't want to do it on the main ship.
This is the main ship.
No, not the Balak Pearl, but the
You want to make a shrine on the Jolly Roger?
Yes.
Where?
Well, I don't want to take your captain's quarters, but...
Well, I mean, if you're going to do it in a room, it better be yours.
Which I believe is the cockpit. I don't think he actually had a room to sleep in.
Yeah, I don't think so. So I don't know where you're going to put this thing.
I'm sure you could find a corner somewhere. Like the ship's pretty big. I'm sure we can find somewhere a janitor closet.
All right, you tell me what you want to do, and I'll find a place for it.
All right, he wants to start a shrine, just a simple, like a couple metal pieces. You know, like to do the rock shapes.
Yeah.
Or rock statues.
Mm-hmm.
But he'll do that with misguided metal shapes. And he's going to start his own path.
Okie dokie. All right. So when you're not taking your shift, you head down to the Jolly Roger, and you find a small corner of the cargo bay to set up the shrine.
I think that's what a monk would do. So he's going to start a path for, I would say, chaos.
All right. So you can do that over the next couple weeks. Skathos 2.0. How are your new wings treating you inside a ship?
Inside a ship, I imagine, not so great.
Actually, in the Balak Pearl, it'll probably be awesome.
In the Balak Pearl, yeah,
further.
like the cargo room.
I was gonna say, cargo room is a couple stories, so you
barrel
should be
rolls.
Yeah, I'm gonna work out some flight maneuvers, like how to actively move around and maneuver these things rather than have to.
And you find
rely
that
on
working on the
prowling.
engines. You find that working on the engines is far easier when you can actually fly to the higher parts instead of getting some kind of weird ladder contraption for snakes.
Oh, this just solves like 90% of all of his problems.
Okay, so what do you want to do?
Probably at some point track down Amick on board the ship and just like, pardon Amick, but if you have a minute, there's something I very much would like to discuss with you.
Yeah, what is it?
Well, to be blunt, I'm going to tell you what I need up front so that you know the full weight of what I'm asking. that I'm going to need at least a cubic inch of your own flesh. I would very much appreciate this to be given voluntarily, as I very much, if more than anyone else, can tell you the valued significance of gaining the second chance and the opportunity to correct one's misgivings and misfortunes.
So you need my flesh to what? Make a clone of me?
Yes, so to speak. So that if for whatever reason we should falter in one of these missions as we go forward, we can have a second opportunity to correct our mistakes.
How? You're gonna have to explain it to me a little more. So, like, is it me or is it just a copy of me?
Well, the moment that the you before me dies, through a connection with the Force, your own soul can occupy this new you that will come to be grown.
So is it just like, sorry,
And a bit more efficient and effective than you. Think you at your prime, your best years. It's going to take some time to grow it, but I think I have a means of doing so. I've already begun the process for a few of the others on board the ship, and with your permission, I would very much like to continue.
That's an interesting idea. Well, I guess that's fine. Yeah, so Amic will, he'll, I mean, you give him a very reasonable explanation, so he will give no fuss about it.
Question is, where do you want this cubic inch of flesh to come from?
I mean, that's not that much.
Wait.
Like an ass cheek?
No.
A square ass cheek?
I mean, a cubic inch of flesh is only like, yeah, it's just like a chunk out of your like shoulder or something like that. It's not even that much.
only a chunk.
No.
I'm just saying, where do you want a cool scar?
Oh,
Amic,
he'll do it on
no.
he'll do it on a place that like easily heals over, like his thigh or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So you can go to TR17 and have that done. So that way he can patch it with synth flesh and stuff like that and pack it. Nice
I'm
and well.
just gonna say I'm surprised you didn't want to clone Cell.
It's already in the works.
Do you remember when you went unconscious going through a portal?
It's probably been several times, if I'm
Okay.
But I just have a question. So, like, is this gonna be like a skin that just like sits there idly until you die, or is it like
So
actually like,
effectively,
clone that moves around?
yes, is what it is.
If
I've got all the materials I need except for the cubic inch of flesh, now only from Nimi.
So, if you think of episode 2, where Obi-Wan goes to Camino and you see the little babies in tubes, that's what Ryan is doing right now. He's putting your flesh into tubes and growing you into bodies.
Except they're not clones until we're dead and our consciousness transfers into them.
So they're just like body skins, basically.
Yeah, they don't have a
Bodies.
consciousness.
Nifty. I didn't even know that was a thing. That's super cool.
Neat.
So Ryan, that's like hour 2. What are you gonna do for the rest of your 2 weeks?
That went a whole lot better than expected.
You did give a sound argument.
On the wheels of that success, he's going to track down Nimi. And effectively kind of the same process of, like, you're kind of new to this, and I respect your decision to say no, should you so choose. but I have an opportunity that because you are yourself a crewman of this ship and have on a number of occasions proven yourself to be of valuable significance to our missions, I have an opportunity at the cost of 1 cubic inch of flesh, effectively a second chance at life should you falter in this one.
What are the side effects? Is there anything that could potentially happen that have some ill side effects?
Oh, I think the most severe side effect being death, but consider this a cure even for that.
All right. I'll cut off like a cubic inch of my.
Well, that's hardcore.
Yeah. No, wait. Oh no, I'm not that hardcore. No.
She takes a dagger and
She
digs it right into
starts
her
going.
chest.
She's like, "No, wait, never mind."
Wait, I regret this decision.
You're like, why
Just
cut this
with
out?
full-
Can I get like a tummy tuck and can you adjust some things while we're under the knife?
Just eye contact, just cutting up a square inch and handing it to him.
Just gritting your teeth.
That's most disturbing.
That would be so cool. Like, sure, knife. Urgh.
It's like I can regenerate anyway. Here's my hand.
Wait,
Yeah, no, I'll
can
just-
they?
No.
I know. I don't think we can.
Well, if you went to TR-17, he has the ability to regenerate limbs. So.
Oh, cool. But since I don't know that, I don't think Nimmy would. I'm just going to go over to TR-17 and ask for him to cut off a square inch of flesh.
And he flicks his new metallic body, like he flicks his fingers, and a whole bunch of very sharp instruments come out. Where do you want me to remove these cube of flesh from?
My back.
Lower or upper?
Upper.
Please lie on the table.
Okay.
And he creates a stasis field around your upper back. And he, before he starts poking, he feels around for the meatiest portion that he can do the least amount of damage to. And he injects a local anesthetic to numb the area. And you feel this pinch of pain as it goes down just by your left shoulder blade and between your spine. And he goes and digs a scalpel, and you just feel a little bit of pressure, but he glides it right next to the bone and in between the spine and cuts out a square, pulls it out, and he packs it and heals it. Is someone
thank you.
snoring?
Pretty sure Ted fell asleep.
No, I'm still here.
Well, thanks, TR. You really have my back.
So-
That's the only reason why I did it.
oh my god.
Yes.
I don't know if oh, that was funny.
Well,
Okay.
Nimi, it's been good having you as part of the crew. And he decapitates her. No, I'm just kidding.
I would not be surprised. And
It
he's
ends
probably
as it
within
began.
his skill set to do so.
No, Amick, I need 120 days. Not yet.
So I have a question about this, Ryan.
Yeah.
And I'm fully allowing this to work, but would you make this in your alternate dimension?
Effectively, the way I was thinking about doing it is setting up the machinery in that alternate dimension to get the time passage, and then just effectively after I think 120 days or so that the spell needs for the body to be ready, kind of eject from that pocket and then kind of teleport over to the base on Yavin 4, or have already been teleported there and then do the whole process.
So within the next 2 weeks, you now have the flesh of the main party. You could use your pocket dimension and set this up, as well as finish that work, but you will be gone in your mind for 120 days, as you have 200 days if you're by yourself.
Yeah.
So this work can be done, but you will be gone for, outside of your pocket dimension, 12 days.
Hopefully nothing breaks down around here.
So keep an eye on things.
Oh, don't do that. She's drunk on Wookiee whiskey.
Sell it.
Simon, keep an eye on her.
Sorry, you talking to me, Charles?
Simon can't find Cell because she's hidden.
She's an invisible drunken mess, guys, okay?
You just... The crew here sobs and wails of a banshee going throughout the ship.
Invisible Jawa.
She has climbing speeds so she can be on the ceiling or, wherever she feels like being at the time, so...
She's making hammocks and
that's
wires.
Only the first couple days. Then she'll pull herself back together and back to her regular shenanigans. She'll be okay.
So,
Pops
over
out.
the next...
Gives the command. Pops out.
So over the next 12 days, Skathos, do you want to go into your pocket dimension and do this?
Yeah.
Okay. So over the next 12 days, Skathos is unreachable, and at the end of the 12th day, he reappears, teleports back to Yavin with his clones in tow, and teleports back to the Balak Pearl on the 13th day. And as he gets
Jesus
back,
wept,
and he did weep indeed, because as you exit hyperspace near the planet of Zakul, I gotta make sure I get you guys on the right map here. After 2 weeks of flying, you enter in a war zone.
Oh, shit.
You hear blaster fire everywhere, and you see that there are hundreds of Mandalorian ships attacking ships that are absolutely identical in if you look to the really everything around here except for the Balak Pearl, which is in center of your screen here. Those are the ships of the... Hold on, I have a note for it here. They are the ships that were shown on the holocast of this Archon. He flew a ship like this onto the Battle of Rusan, wiped out the leaders of the Brotherhood of Darkness and the Army of Light, and this is an enormous battle. There are thousands of ships in the sky versus like 100 or 120 Mandalorian ships. And you come into this. What do you do?
And we're like floating into this, like
as you come out of hyperspace, you come into a massive space battle where there's just ships upon ships ramming each other, ships exploding, and just hailfires of proton torpedoes and just laser blasts going everywhere. It is like the biggest... Think of like episode 3 when at the very beginning where the droid armies are fighting the clones and there's just ships and fire going everywhere, and you see capital ships attacking each other, and you see the smaller frigates going in and out of combat, and fighters everywhere.
Hey, Mick, you have a heading?
I don't know how we're going to find this Archon in all this mess. I don't know if he's on one of these ships or on the planet. Any ideas?
Do we have a beacon?
We could just use the big laser and kill them all in one go.
I don't like that idea either. I especially don't like the idea of killing Mandalorians.
Oh, well, can we tell if they are for sure Mandalorians and other people? Like, can we tell Mandalorian ships versus others?
Yes, because you saw all of these ships show up outside of the planet of Mandalore. These are the same ships that left out before you, roughly 15 days before you guys took out.
Okay, I guess they're wrong for that then.
But you do see that there are like battle lines, and you think that you could use your large cannon to affect like the artillery that's coming from the back ranks of this unknown force that is opposing the Mandalorians.
Well, then I would position the ship to separate the two lines and guide the Mandalorians until we know what we're going to do.
Okay.
Like assist the battle until we know what we're shooting at.
Yep. So, Volba goes on an opposing axis and shooting across the bow of the Mandalorian ships, not hitting them, but driving a line through this blockade of very identical ships. And I need everyone who saw a vision through the black holes, so I believe that is going to be Amic and Cell, to roll me a perception check, please.
I roll those high numbers when it counts, huh?
Well, when you don't have reliable talent. Shit. Cell, actually, I'm going to say this is fine. You see that these are ships that are similar to those that you saw coming out of the Starforge. And you look over the horizon, you don't see a Starforge around, but the design is very reminiscent of this factory that is just pumping out ships.
So this is the same thing that I saw in the vision?
It is similar. The design of the ships is similar. You are casting Scrying?
Yeah, I was thinking about trying to focus upon Archon and just trying to get a focus and if I can, to see if he's on board a ship or kind of planet side.
Okay. Alright, so do they have to roll some kind of save against
a wisdom saving throw, which is going to be modified based on how well I know him.
Alright, so this is going to be a picture, so it's a -2 for you. So you have to roll that, right? Yeah, roll me an Arcana check, -2.
Okay.
Okay.
So an 18.
Yeah, so you get, as you hear this, as you come into battle, you come out of hyperspace into this battle, and there's just explosions going around everywhere. You get back into the engine room, and you focus, and the hum of your own engines kind of calms your mind, and you just start to focus on the humming and the rhythmic beat. And you just focus on that humming, and you feel like you're sending out waves of your awareness out with every hum of the engine, and it reaches further and further, and you see a large tower, a large spire that is coming out from the planet, very much like what you see in the pictures, out into atmosphere. It breaks the atmosphere, but you see this large globe with a circular ring within it. And as you focus in on this ring, you see a throne, a very large seat. It has to be about 15 feet tall, and it is very elegantly adorned with precious metals, precious stones, and it is of the highest craftsmanship. And you see one man sitting there with gray hair and a gray goatee, or white hair with a white goatee, and he has like this chest armor on that is like pure white, and he has a large belt that protrudes up about mid-chest, the front of this belt, and it has a large lion face on the front. And just to the right of him, you see that Archon is standing next to him. He seems to be talking to someone. This older, stoic, strong-featured man seems to be talking to someone, and Archon has his hands behind his back, just watching. And that is what you see.
I'm gonna kind of recite as best as I can my understanding of this. I believe that Archon is going to be on board one of those towers. I saw him standing beside a white-armored elderly gentleman who seemed to be more than capable of holding his own in a fight. He was garbed in a whole lot of white, if that rings any bells for anyone. But I don't think he's on board one of those flying ships.
All right, very well. We must make it down to the planet's surface.
And as Skathos says that, anyone who is proficient with history can roll me a history check, please.
11.
11, 10.
Only if we're proficient?
Yes, because this would be like active knowledge. Is Amic proficient in history?
Nope.
You just roll really well when it comes to history, don't you?
Yep.
I'm gonna say
No history here.
I'm gonna say you're the only one
I
that
mean,
has.
Nick knows who that is.
Yeah. Amic, roll me a history check because you have been diving into old text and tomes for things. None of you know who this is.
Oh, look, 11, 9, 10, 11.
Good
Yeah, 9, 10,
old
11.
Whitey.
Yeah.
Could
Old man, white
could
history.
Amic check with Reverend's holocron?
Yeah.
Because Revan was associated with the Star Forge, and if these ships look like the Star Forge, then he's gonna look and see if he can't find any information in the holocron.
Okay. Yeah. So in the midst of this battle, you run and you hear the description, and it sounds like something familiar. But it's something that you need ancient knowledge on, and so you run to the holocron. Excuse me. And you go to the holocron and you access it, focusing on it. What is your question?
When Revan went deep into wild space, there was, I remember, an indication of somebody that turned him to the dark side and showed him the way to the Star Forge. What was his name?
And you see the image of Revan in his ceremonial Mandalorian mask kind of spin from almost like dust into existence in the headstone and project itself towards you. That would be Valkorion. He was once the Sith Emperor of the entire Legion of Sith, who fled into wild space when he was betrayed by his own.
And okay, so these guys are the Eternal Empire or whatever it's called.
Yes, I have renamed them, hoping that none of you would know about the Eternal Empire. They are the Fallen Throne.
So, you name that, or is that something I should know?
You're
No,
not
you shouldn't
part of
know
this
anything of the
conversation
Fallen
right
Throne. The Eternal Empire is a Star Wars: The Old Republic. It's a video game faction. But
Oh, I'm out of my own.
Yeah, this faction is the Fallen Throne.
Either way, so is the image that appears to me described as the same as the one that Skathos described?
Yeah, the image that is pulled up from the holocron is of a younger Valkorion who has no facial hair and seemed to go under another name of Vitiate, a Sith Lord prior to this name, but Revan recalls that he assimilated someone else and took their body and their name when he was nearly destroyed by people that attempted to take the title of Emperor from him. And the previous image is of someone who is very gaunt and skeletal. Someone that was clinging to what life he could through the dark side. But Revan correlates the two together.
All right. Well, Amick will report what he's found out, and so that means that if we want to go do this, that we're going to be literally striking at the heart of the guy that's leading the Sith invasion.
How does everyone respond to this information?
Are you having second thoughts?
Is that not what our mission is?
Oh, our mission is to destroy Tulak Horde. This mission is to recover my son.
Is one not the same? Or did I read it wrong?
No, they're quite different.
It's a roundabout trip. It's simply a detour on our own path. But why think one worth taking?
Well, then I'd say we get his son and having joined the horde, so to speak.
I say let's
yeah.
do this.
Your son would be accepting of this task?
I don't know. We'll have to ask him. So, what do you think?
Well
Cell's
said.
fine with it. Okay.
I'm sure
Sel
so.
is
We'll be fine with it.
wallowing in her Wookiee whiskey.
Ooh, Dee
As you finish this small, brief bit of conversation, a large blast hits the forward shields of your raised tongs for the Omni cannon. As one of these Infinite Empire ships fires upon it, rocking the whole
We're
ship.
on the.
All
We're
right.
on
So
the
Sorry,
left,
I
Lord.
stepped away, but I was listening. I say we go get your son, because what else are we gonna do today?
all right, Skathos, load up the big cannon. Let's shoot our way through here.
All right.
Yes.
So very cinematically, you weave throughout the Mandalorian ships, and you pick a line, and you see your scanners, and you see the large globe, and you just shoot offset of it, and you shoot a giant bolt of this. Skathos, what color would this new beam be?
Probably green.
Okay. You see this green beam focus from the four tongs and drive a huge line. And as far as space is concerned, considering that your ship is 100 or 30 meters tall, the lines focus from the four tongs that you have and emanates a small beam that seems like it wouldn't do anything, but as soon as it reaches terminal velocity out from the front of your ship, it expands into 100 meters, 200 meters, 300 meters, creating a huge vacuum of space as it drives through all these autonomous ships and instantly disintegrates all of their electronics. And they all just begin falling out of space as you take out at least 100 ships. And
Yeah.
the Skathos, you notice that coolant begins to start shooting out as this is really the first time that you've used the main cannon on the ship since you've retrofitted it. And it seems like it's just venting off excess heat from all this built up energy. And you charge forward towards the this dome that's in the atmosphere, outside the atmosphere. It's in space. And you begin charging towards it. What do you guys want to do next?
Eric will send out a transmission to the Mandalorian ships and say, cover us, we're going in.
Woohoo! Cowabunga!
Understood. We will cover you.
And that's coming from the ship, the Mandalorian, I'm going to say the Mandalorian assault ship that your wife is on. And you begin just blasting away through hordes of ships as they try to reform a blockade, and you just keep using the Omni cannon, blowing through them and blowing through them and blowing through them until you get to a place where you can land on one of these spires. And the spire that you see as you were moving past this blockade stands above all else in this dome, this perfect sphere in atmosphere, is waiting for you as you clear the blockade. And it seems like the Mandalorians are keeping the rest of this fleet at bay. And Adrita goes to Volwa. Give me the helm. You have work to do. I'll keep them off our backs. And she hops onto the sticks, and Zira goes back and mans the Omni cannon to allow Skathos to join the rest of the party. You all dock with this large ring just for the briefest of moments as the party exits out of the docking ring and walks through a hallway, and the doors shut behind you, and you feel the Balak Pearl separate as it begins waging war with the rest of the Mandalorian ships.
Should I change my vote? No? Okay, that's cool.
So,
Just forgot us.
you are currently...
Yeah, I
technically-
didn't realize we were going to be down here without a means of escape. That
They're
seems
going to
a
be
little
right
silly,
there.
but
Let's say that was very cinematic. The Balak Pearl is available to you.
Besides, if we have to wait on them too long, if you can buy me 1 minute, I can get us out of there.
Or you could just kill us all and we'll just become clones.
There's always that backup plan.
But you'll lose whatever shinies you have on your pockets.
we'll
doesn't
always
die,
have
no
our
matter
1 inch
what.
of cubic flesh.
So you have as the Balak Pearl separates from the ship, or separates from this tower, the Balak Pearl has been left, and using the Jolly Roger is left, and the Balak Pearl creates a distraction to not see this small light freighter attached, and the Balak Pearl goes out into space. So, you are in an empty corridor with white lights lining a hexagonal corridor. What do you do?
And what's our target?
Well,
Your son?
yes, I'm gonna Scathos. Describe the room you saw him in again.
I think I can sense them coming from over in that direction. I'm just pointing towards the center of that sphere.
Yeah, so he describes that the sphere has like a platform in the center of the sphere that is circular out about 80, or it's a big sphere, about 100 feet in diameter. And in the very center of this circular platform within the sphere is this throne, and he is standing in the center.
Do you want me to go ahead and look and see if I can find him and sneak around, or are we just gonna go out this as a group?
Well, you lead the way. We'll follow like normal.
Okay, I will lead the way looking for traps along the way.
Okay.
Ball will hit the center of the spear.
With what?
Just his person. Just like trying to disrupt it.
What? We're inside.
You have no
of
way
this,
of
like,
doing
spire
that. This is a
structure.
giant space station. You have no way of, with your person, of disrupting this sphere.
Do we know where to find him? Is that what we're talking about? I'm sorry, my microphone cut out.
No, it's fine. This is basically all roads lead to Rome kind of situation. All docking stations lead to the center of this sphere.
Okay.
I just thought, well, I thought it was right in front of us, but
So if you look at the image and you see where that really big ship is next to it, you
Yeah.
guys are landing on like this walkway here, and you're gonna have to walk into it.
Cool.
They should be able to keep an eye on us, even at some distance in the spaceships.
So
okay.
Cell is gonna go scout out ahead of the party. Cell, what are you doing to scout out?
Well, as we're walking forward, I'm definitely like looking at the floor panels and like around to make sure there's not some sort of weird random trap that's gonna cut our heads off along the way. and I am trying to keep an eye out for oncoming enemies that will be coming
with your
towards us. I will try to
24
be.
of investigation, which I know you have, you don't see any traps, and looking around, you don't see any guards. They don't expect anyone to be at this particular point in the planet through the blockade. You guys basically punched a hole and went full speed and then docked. So they don't expect anyone to be here at the moment.
Okay. Well, then I'll proceed with caution, still looking around and stuff, making sure we don't get ambushed. But yeah, I'm just going.
All right, roll me a stealth check.
24.
Minimum of 24. Is that what we're saying?
Yeah, that's
so dirty. So as a minimum of 24, are you using your ring by chance? Or are you staying visible?
I'm staying visible so they can follow me.
Okay.
I don't know if they think I'm going to branch off.
So as you start creeping forward, you find a corridor that seems to be arcing left and arcing right. Which direction do you want to go?
Do I see anything distinguishing either way? Like, is there
so as you look left and as you look right, you see that there are guards posted every 40 feet or so in either direction, like a single guard, and it seems to be ceremonial almost. Let me show you what the guards look like. They look like this. If you look at the bottom left of your map.
Okay.
All right.
So they have shields and they have lightsaber pikes, not currently active, but you do notice the mechanisms for a lightsaber. Glowing blue eyes.
And that's down both corridors, no matter which way we go.
Yeah, and as you kind of look through, you can see through a transparisteel inner sphere that looking all the way through, there seems to be a guard posted at least every 30 feet, all the way around, on constant watch. And they are absolutely unmoving. You don't even see breath coming from them. Like their chest isn't rising or anything.
And is Cell the only one who can see this, or we can see it at this time?
She's currently at the intersection. Everyone else is about 20 feet behind her.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to go back to the group and tell them, up ahead there's a lot of guards, like a lot of them, so we either fight or we become super stealthy like me. I vote for the super stealthy path, but sometimes some people in the group can't do that.
What is the hallway looking like? What does the hallway look like? Like, are there any vents, or is it just straight up open?
As you're looking around, you do see that there are vents, rather large ones, in fact, as a lot of air has to be pushed into the space, considering how large it is, and it is, there's no, like, humidity in the space, so they have to be moving a lot of air to pass all the humidity through. So there are some vents in the corridor that you're walking, and as you were coming in, just like you see on the image, there are some structural beams that go around the sphere that include air vents for passing air into the space.
Is it big enough for each of our party to go through, or would one person be too big to fit through?
I would say the vents are big enough for Well, especially since Skathos is now smaller than he was before, everyone could fit through. Yeah.
Hooray.
Guys, let's do it. Let's get into the vents. Let's
What?
vent out our frustration.
Yes. I like that plan. Super stealthy, super stealthy.
Skathos is kind of getting ready, casting mage armor on himself, and getting the arcane ward hit point mod ready.
So as you activate the device on your belt, it flows out from your belt to your wings, and as you spread your wings with a flick, particles of what looks like force essence begin, very much like Guardians of the Galaxy 2 when Star-Lord has that force field on him, the little blue hexagons. So as you flick your wings, your whole body is being encompassed by these little blue hexagons as your force field erupts from your body. Cell, you were going to do something?
I just say I'll go first. I'll open the vents and, crawl on first and make sure
Okay.
it's clear.
Make me a stealth check for... I shouldn't even ask, but make me a stealth check for being quiet for opening the vent.
24.
Really?
That's my new number always, apparently. I can't roll above a 10.
Yeah, you can't roll above a 10 for your stealth. With a 24, somehow she has made a sonic screwdriver that automatically opens screws on vents quietly. And she pulls all the screws out and sets the vent to the side on some soft cushion so it doesn't make any noise whatsoever. And the vent is now open.
And I double check the vent and I go in.
Roll me an investigation check.
31.
You see that there are some laser beams that are going throughout the vent for what you assume is security.
Can I find a panel on the wall, open the panel, and undo the wiring for the lasers without setting them off?
You don't see a panel, but you think that with your Jawa ingenuity, you could disable them at their source where they are.
Okay. I will do that along the way
So
as we try
give
and
me a
crawl
sleight of
each
hand
laser.
and see if you disable these lasers.
Okay, come on, you can do it. Hey!
Minimum of 24. Yeah, so she pulls
Almost
out
dead.
one of those things that you see in episode 4 that stuns the droids. And she just clicks a button and the lasers turn off. And she begins walking through the vents.
So disappointed.
I'm so disappointed.
I'll follow Cell.
Does everyone want to get in the vents?
Yeah, I'll follow anyway.
I mean, Amic's only last because he's the biggest.
Oh, by all means.
And is it possible that when we're in the vents that we see these guards, or are we just completely cut off from seeing anything?
Once you start climbing the vents, you see occasionally out of an opening where the air comes out, like a louvered opening, you can see occasionally a guard on your left or one on your right. But as you're going, Cell, you notice that there's a left or a right or an up. Which direction do you want to go?
I want to go in the direction that I was heading when I reached the fork in the pathway.
Okay, so left, right, or up?
Oh, so we're like at the fork right now? Like that's it?
Yeah.
Looking around, like if I look up, do I see anything different? Like, is there like a opening to a room?
Just looking up, you see that if you look here on the map, you see one of these large support beams that is curving up around the sphere. You assume that's where this air duct is following along, and the left and right is following around the equator of the sphere.
I say we go up. We're trying to get to the top, aren't we?
The middle.
Middle. We could drop in through the top. That'd be interesting.
That's a
I
very
whisper.
big fall.
I whisper. You can fly. What do you care?
I can. You can't.
I can't. I mean, I can shoot from below.
Okay.
Above.
What if? Well, you guys don't know how to disarm these lasers. I could lead half of us up, come back, and then lead half of us, around, and then we could come in from two sides and element of surprise.
I can fly, Volwa can fly, Scathos
Yeah.
can fly.
So I could lead you three up there because I don't know if you guys can disable wires as well as I can, and then me and Nimi can go around the side and surprise attack.
Well,
Why don't you just take care of the wires?
yeah, what Amick is alluding to is that two people can carry the two people that can't fly, if need be.
Yeah, that works. Because we're pretty small. Yeah, okay, yeah, let's do that. You can carry us. That's okay with everyone. Surprise attack from the sky.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Start climbing up.
You begin a long climb up the circumference of the sphere, and once you reach the top, you see that there is a central large air duct that has multiple openings that project air around the sphere to help keep it clear. And as you look down, you can see another individual actually providing an image to everyone else, but from the top. Let me bring this guy up here. You see this guy who has a large, wasn't a lion, it's actually like a dragon. And,
Can you repeat that?
yeah, so he has more of a dragon or a snake type armor that's coming from his belt.
That's him. That's the guy.
That's the guy that Scathos was alluding to. And you see the face of Archon standing next to him, with his black armor and yellow synthetic eye plate over his eye, standing next to him. What do you do?
Do we shoot?
Can I listen for a minute and hear if they're talking, if there's anything to be heard?
Yeah, what you hear is the elderly man in the white armor is giving orders to the fleet, and it just seems to be talking about tactics. Nothing that's anything different than you would normally hear.
Okay, nothing like
He's just
secrecy.
directing the fleet.
I'm gonna call Amick, I guess, up to the front, and because this is kind of his thing. So here, Amick, look at your song for the first time.
How many guards are in here?
Within the center platform, you see one guard at each ramp. So 4 guards on the outskirts of the 100-foot radius or 100-foot diameter platform. And then the rest of the guards are on the exterior of the sphere.
Okay, so what's the distance between me and Father Time?
Roughly 50 feet. Or
Oh.
no, sorry, hold on. It's going to be roughly 100 feet from the top of the sphere to the middle of the platform.
Well, I can make that in one round. So Amick will turn around and look at everyone else and say, "Prepare yourselves."
Are we ever prepared?
I turn invisible, but I kind of like put my arm on Amick because he can fly, and then I go invisible, like so he knows I'm right there. So if he decides to go, then we'll leave him behind.
Okay. And what is anybody else doing to prepare?
I'll go ahead and cast Crown of Stars on myself.
Okay.
Since it lasts an hour and it's not freaking. So I've got these
I'll
7
catch
orbs
fire.
of light.
So Bowie will cast fly.
Okay. Boa has fly ready. Cell, with your... I'm not even going to ask you to roll for it. You disable the lasers at these vents, and you quietly reach a tool around that unscrews and captures each screw, and you do it quietly, and you pull the vent and you place it back in this large duct, and the team is ready to drop out whenever Amick leads the charge.
Oh, wait. Can I disguise myself as the guards?
You can, yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah, you've spent enough time seeing them as you're doing your climb to replicate their armor for yourself.
All right.
So,
Yeah. So do we want to start this right now, or do you want to start it next time?
well, I want to know how you guys want to do it, and then we can start, or we can decide.
Well, because this is normally the time we would end, right?
This is normally the time we end, and yes. So
I
Okay.
can't guarantee Charles will cooperate the whole time, but
no, this will
try.
probably be a long fight, so we probably don't want to do it tonight. But as how would Amick enter, and that's how we'll end this session.
I'm not gonna tell you, so you can prepare.
All right. Do you know me to prepare for anything, really?
If
No.
I tell you, you will.
No. The only thing I'm focused on is if I need a new character for next week. Okay, so no, that's a good place to end it. So the party is in the topmost air vents of the sphere, ready for battle, and you see your target is just 100 feet away, and what is presumed to be a former emperor of the Sith Empire right below you. And a monstrous space battle is happening outside, which you can see from the sphere itself. Just ships exploding and blaster fire everywhere. And we'll pick
Flames
that
of
up in 2
tongue.
weeks.
Gonna 2 strikes, 2 points, max out, kill everybody.
Next time. I was trying to go for like a good dramatic end, but couldn't get there.
I think it's pretty dramatic. Us falling through the ceiling to attack and find Amick's son that he didn't know he had until 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
You guys are basically standing in space with all of space around you. You know, thousands of miles above this planet in a space station.
I'm surprised Amick is ready to go toe-to-toe with his kid.
Well, we are pretty good at. We're pretty good about killing people as soon as we introduce ourselves to them.
Yeah.
Kind of our thing.
But
I am your father. Prepare to die. It's very Star Wars.
like,
It is.
hey son, let's talk it out. Bro hug. No,
Sure, but the very dangerous Sith Lord standing next to him is probably going to be a big problem.
Just a little
you're not
bit.
going to turn your son.
Well, I don't want to brag.
I mean, we're going to try to not hurt him, is going to be my best advice is, hey, let's try to talk him out of this. And, yeah, we'll see how this goes.
I don't want to brag.
When the shit goes down, it's going to be the main opponent.